First of all, I want to open it up with Erin. So, Erin, what did you say that we should tell? How should we open this? You said
celebrate. I just think that because this is a Friendsgiving, we should be very much on brand by being thankful and like saying what we're thankful for, whether it be for this year, this week, whatever, just whatever is top of mind as far as being. That's my camera. As far as being, thankful or grateful for whatever's going on.
Let's start with you. What are you grateful for?
Actually, I think we should start with Rico.
Wow. Thank you so much. Don't mind if I do. I would like to start off by saying I am grateful for the 1,900 customers that I've had for my Hundo brand sunglasses.
Nice. Times 100 people. Do the numbers. Do the math.
Don't do that.
And we should all be expecting Christmas gifts.
And I will. And I will.
Lamborghini Hundo.
Not yet. And I'm also want to show my gratitude by giving you all 50% off now and hundobrand.com. And feel free to grab as many as you like, and we'll make it happen.
And resell them?
Yeah, you can resell them.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That was good.
I mean, it's going to be on Thanksgiving, right?
Yes.
All right, perfect timing.
Happy Thanksgiving, people.
Yes.
Yeah, click the link in the bio.
Amanda, you're next.
I also do want to say that I am thankful for my business and how it's been going. Purchase your pies this
Are you
season.
doing pies?
I didn't know you did pies.
Yeah, I do pies every
What
Thanksgiving.
kind?
Apple?
It better not be no pumpkin.
No, it's good. It's good. It's
Time
good.
out.
Yes.
I'm an
I
apple
picked up
pie
some. I
connoisseur.
picked up some couple years ago.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
And I think it was just last year, actually.
Yeah.
Alan came and he got some pies from me.
And went to the Haitian supermarket right after that.
Yeah, because, they don't got that out here. He had to come to Brooklyn for the real stuff. But yes, thankful for my business. I'm doing pies this holiday.
Yes.
I've been doing it for 2 weeks now. This is the longest I've ever done pies this Thanksgiving season. But I'm thankful for my family and my friends, all of my supporters. And yeah.
And your mom and your daddy.
Yeah, I said my friends.
Yeah,
and
I know,
my
but
family. That yes,
you gotta separate
I
them.
have to.
Highlight.
Yeah.
My parents. Special shout out to my parents.
All right, Alton, I see you.
I literally told her that today. I think she set me
Alton?
up.
That's
She
your dad's
set
name?
me up just so she could say that.
I mean, it's not Delroy. It's not like it's my favorite
And
Jamaican name.
that's her favorite
Alton?
Jamaican name.
Delroy.
Delroy.
Yeah, like
Like
Delroy
Elroy
Lindo.
from Jetsons.
Like Delroy Lindo.
Okay.
She set me up with that, but yes, very thankful.
Disco, I know you don't believe in
Well, I'm definitely thankful for, the new family I have bestowed upon myself with the 8 at the Table crew. Since
How's this
maybe
new?
2018, 2019. But I'm thankful for it, to
okay.
know the same people for a long time, to vibe with them, have, a good community. And I'm thankful for everything that I do, with my other family, from Amadeus to Julans to, my family, my mother, my father, and everyone. And I think everybody should be thankful that they have somebody godlike like me walking on this realm. See?
That's right.
We are. We're
That's
so
right.
thankful.
No, that's right.
That's your man.
That's right.
That's your man.
That's right.
I'm actually very thankful.
See? That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
thankful to know
That's
her.
right.
Anna.
I am thankful that I got invited to this Friendsgiving.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, even though I thought I was going to get murdered when I came up.
Why, because it's so
Damn.
dark coming
No,
over?
I'm a white girl coming up to a house in the suburbia and it's dark and it's raining. I was like,
Probably the
makes you
safest
safe.
place.
That makes you safe as a white girl.
That's the
When
When you
place where
see
you
big
want to
houses,
be.
you are safe,
That's
okay?
true. That's
Was
true.
she saying like how scary movies
They
start?
always
Like
start with the white girl running and getting killed.
Okay,
So-
And you're right in the middle. You can't run,
I was
by the way.
gonna go first. So I'm thankful you didn't kill me. But I'm also very thankful for. I got laid off about 2 weeks ago, so I'm
fuck
thankful.
them.
I know. So I'm thankful for the time to do things like this and jumping on opportunities and just
Absolutely.
kind of starting a new life a little bit.
That's right.
Oh,
Everything
yeah.
happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
right.
So yeah, I'm very thankful for that.
Wait, how long are you
half
taking
full
off? While
kinda
you
girl.
did you get a severance?
I got a severance package.
So,
Thank
So you don't even gotta do nothing
So
until
I'm-
after January.
I mean, I might have to go into prostitution, but
Oh, man.
no, I've been. I've
I
been
mean, you
lucky
can
enough-
you can start selling box after January.
Listen,
I'm just
I got your
kidding.
pimp right
we
here.
gotta do what we gotta do.
I got a lot of clients.
A
A lot of glasses.
My business now. But no, I'm not stressed. I have great offers on the
Y'all are
table,
silly.
so now
That's
I just gotta
good.
pick, and I'm grateful for that too. So thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Well, I am very grateful to everybody that's here. I'm actually, this year I'm actually very grateful for my relationship with God this year. Ironically,
Man, look at
No
you.
problem.
no, I'm being serious. Like, the thing is, like, I always taken my relationship with God serious, but I think that after a while I started taking it for granted and kind of stopped realizing how much power God has in my life. And it's like I got reconnected, and it just makes you very grateful because, we all are I think that I attract and I'm attracted to very highly motivated people who are very, very driven. And people like that go through a lot of shit, and you do need a lot of faith. People, I'm a strong person. I like to be around strong people. So I'm grateful that that it's good to be strong. It's really good. Like, there's no shame in being strong. So, no, you feel ashamed about being strong.
Go ahead, finish on.
And that's it, my sermon. Go ahead.
No, I have nothing to say about that. I already shared my gratefulness for one thing that happened to me today. But I think one thing that I'm grateful for right now is the ability to step out and do something risky. And be okay.
Scary.
And because it's very scary.
It's very scary. It is.
It's very scary. There's a lot of risk. There's a lot of money involved, time, and even despite the money, like I just don't like my time being wasted because, as you get older, you understand that it's very finite, but you don't know when it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like tonight might be my last night, so who knows?
It's not though.
No, it's not.
At least you
I'm-
express your gratitude.
What I'm just saying, like, that's just something you start to just be okay with, I'm just actually really happy that I was able to get over a fear of like stepping out. Because I'm like, I don't know if y'all see this on social media or whatever, but there's like an oldest daughter complex.
Super responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Always
Yeah.
responsible.
Syndrome, yeah.
Always serious.
Be like
Yeah.
the second mother to everybody.
Very, yeah.
I'm always, yeah.
Very.
Like as independent as my parents are, like we're at the stage where they're calling me for things, and they want me to okay something before they do it, or if they're doing something, I'd be like, hold on, let me put my eyes on that before you do it. So, unfortunately, that's just the burden you bear as like, the eldest child, and especially being a daughter. Luckily, I'm not an immigrant because I think the immigrant oldest daughter is like,
It's very tough.
whew,
Yeah.
child.
Because
like,
you're first generation, you just got here.
I think it's more so like the language barrier,
And you carry
actually.
your parents.
Yeah.
Because you're when you're an immigrant and you come to this country, you have to remember, you are the connection to your parents, to this new world.
Yeah.
You are the connection. You are the one that's going to school. You are the one that's meeting new people. You are the one that's connecting. And your parents are the ones that's like trying to keep the old tradition of your old home and the new one. But
So yeah, apparently you agree. Are you first generation?
I'm the only generation.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's just me here, actually. Someone adopt me.
actually, you too.
I'm first generation.
You too?
New Yorican. Both parents were in Puerto Rico born.
Oh, so, I mean, there's still definitely a thing there, but shout out to oldest daughters. Who
the oldest sons.
I'm sorry, the burden isn't the same. I'm sorry, it's not.
Go ahead with the woman power.
No, it's not a woman power thing. like it's not a woman power thing at all. But there is a burden that as the firstborn you bear. Absolutely.
Even if the man?
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought that's what he said though.
No. Okay, what I'm saying is that there's a burden that you bear when you are a firstborn.
I think it's more about the position than the gender.
Not really.
Let him know.
Because like I'll give you a perfect example. Like growing up, I went to school with like a lot of Hispanic kids in high school. they may have been first generation, but the boys had way less responsibilities than the girl. They had way more.
Less domestic responsibility.
No.
You ain't never been to Perth and boy.
Oh, I mean, again, I'm from the South, so I'm speaking from that perspective. And I mean, to be honest, if you've ever had a chance to like look online, there are groups for not just firstborn daughters. Like there's a real trauma that, real talk, I didn't even know I had until I started seeing other people. And I was like, damn, that might be me, you know? Long story short, I just want to say shout out.
So it's like oldest person syndrome.
No. I keep
I
saying
think the
what it is.
difference is that as a
Firstborn
man,
female syndrome.
No, because I don't want her to drop it yet. I want you to really break it down.
No, I just really believe that, like, typically as a daughter, there's more things just coming up that are impressed upon you, things that you're responsible for. And don't have younger siblings who are boys.
Dependent on you.
Yeah. No, that are boys. You're more responsible for those boys, but in general, you're responsible for your younger siblings.
Yeah.
My whole thing, all I'm saying is that there's a level of trauma. I won't even say trauma, just an experience that firstborn children have.
Okay.
And then there's an experience that firstborn children who are female have. It's very different. Especially when you think about the particular society that the parents grew up in. So if you grew up in like a very machismo, and that's more so my perspective because I saw this growing up. Not me, but more so like, you know, my surroundings, friends or whatever. So like in Hispanic culture, more machismo. Even Jamaican, because I see it all the time. You can tell me if I'm wrong or right, whatever, because you Jamaican too.
I haven't had that experience. My dad came here when he was young.
How old was your dad?
He came here for high school, so he was like 16.
Oh, he had the dress shoes on back then.
Yeah.
You said dress shoes?
He did.
Them church shoes?
You wore church shoes when
He
you
was
first came
not
here.
dressing like a New Yorker.
He was dressed
He had to find himself.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out.
But I'm just saying there's a different, and the weird thing is that you don't know that there's something in you that's experiencing something until you can identify other people who are going through it. Because like, I'm just saying, like, what's your experience when did you even think about it when you were, you know, like being first generation?
So I left my parents when I was 17 and moved to the States by myself. And like I had to find my own self and life here while my parents were home.
That's
But
serious.
in the same token, like they are also looking at me to find it for them in a weird way. But I think
to lead the way.
yeah, and I think that's like not only an immigration thing, but like I look at my sister being the firstborn and the pressure that she's had on her shoulders to like perform everything with perfection.
Yep.
As a second child, I didn't have that. They were kind of like, all right, well, I don't know, you can be a little chubby, you can do like mistakes, you can do whatever. But then my sister, she had to become a doctor. She had to, you know, push the family forward. And then once she did that and I came along, they were like, whatever. So I hear you from the first child perspective as an immigrant. I think I had a very different experience because I'm by myself here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like that's still like for your sister, it's still that firstborn pressure.
Yeah. And she
That
also
people
had
don't talk about.
No.
The pressure of the firstborn,
Yeah.
which is the leader.
Yeah.
The
And there
new
was-
leader.
Yeah. And like even with
You're
like
the new
family
leader.
pressure, like in terms of like you have to have children, you have to get married. She had that pressure, so she has 3 kids. She's been married twice. No shade. Meanwhile, I'm here with a dog, living my
Which is
best
very
life.
cute.
Very
Yeah.
The dog is
I
very
need one
cute.
of Rico's glasses. That's how shady that was.
Shout out. Yes.
But yeah,
Thanks.
so I
But it's
what
very
I'm
true. And I think that I think that if you're not the firstborn, you don't really see it.
yeah.
Well, I see
You
it with
don't
my brother,
feel
my
it.
older brother. I see it. He's very serious, and I sometimes you want to have a good time, and I could see it with him. Like he wants to, you know, loosen up, but he's like, bro, I just don't have that luxury sometimes.
Yeah.
He's especially we've been through different things in life, so I could understand it. But before we go to Rome, I just have a question for you. How does the firstborn stop you from taking risks, the risks that you decided to take today?
I think that you have you literally just said this. It's like you want to be, you have to be perfect. Because one, your parents, you the first kid, they don't know what the hell they doing with you anyway, you know? So they're like, oh, I just want a perfect kid. So you're made more responsible. You're made to, in some way, just be averse to risk.
Yeah, you have to play it safe all the time.
Exactly. You have to play it safe. You have to achieve high, X, Y, and Z. I don't want to tell y'all what my mama used to do to me if I got a B. A B. Not on a report card, on a progress report.
Got a beat down?
Beat down.
Like, I'm telling you, like, I don't even think I made a B until maybe like high school.
That's called child abuse.
No, I know. It is.
It's not child abuse.
Yes, it is.
Not child abuse.
Call it for what it is.
But before, I want to get back to this.
But I had a smart mouth, kind of, you know.
You still do.
Shocker.
But before we get back to that,
kidding.
Rome, we'll finish out with
I'm
you.
sorry. Go ahead, Rome.
Oh, Rome, don't be that person. Don't be the machismo.
Yeah.
He's not. I don't even think Rome is like that.
He is very much like that.
Oh, I don't see that.
He gave you the look too. Don't talk for me.
Mine is very, very simple.
He said, "Thank God for the people that sell pizza." Amen.
No, mine is easily health, and then
Yeah, that's true.
Seriously.
Big shout to that.
Easily
You
health.
got that one.
All health too. Mental health.
all health, and I think I'm really grateful for vulnerability and finding power in that. That was a big step for me this year, so I'm grateful for that. And
How'd you get there?
just faith, kind of saying like I've been a risk taker, and then I felt like the older I got that I had to make my risks more calculated, so that took out the fun of taking risks. And I
Yeah, it
had to-
does.
yeah,
It
so,
does. Kind of like
Yeah,
you need the edge, but there's
I
no
need the
edge
edge,
because you know where
yeah.
the edge is.
yes. So then that's it for me. It's nothing crazy.
I love
I love pizza too. So
Yeah, me too.
thank you
Shout
to all
out
love pizza.
pizza.
Oh, you know what? Thank you to Glendale too. That's my favorite pizza place.
Oh, where is that?
That's in Union, New Jersey, on Stuyvesant.
Big
What's so
shout out
good
to
about
Glendale. Big shout out to Union, New Jersey.
Yeah.
They better give us a free
Sponsor
pie after that
him.
plug.
Haitian
Yeah,
made.
first of all, big
A
shout
lot
out
of
to
it.
Yumi for
Big shout out
cooking the
Thank
food.
you.
my wife, you mean.
Thank you, Yumi.
What's so good about that pizza?
It is delicious.
Glendale, in
Wow.
Union.
Yeah.
That says
We
it all.
should go. We
It's
should go.
easily like my favorite. I'm a pizza connoisseur, so
Oh, okay.
you know me. I eat pizza every day, so like I'm a pizza.
You
connoisseur
eat pizza every day?
every day.
Yes.
Wow.
I hear you.
So I gotta say this. I went to a product meeting. You know, they're giving us prizes. It's like, yo, you guys have these booths, these clothes, and everything else. I said, do you ever see the show? Do you watch the show? So I showed them a picture of the cast, and they go, "Oh my God, they all have perfect teeth."
That's so true. I always think about you
Like,
guys with
yo,
perfect teeth.
they all
Wait.
have perfect teeth.
Bro, let me see
You
yours.
really do.
Cheers.
So
He's a dick.
Wait, Rome, let me see yours.
Can't have Friendsgiving anymore.
So Mario, I'm in a meeting. These are like people. These are foreign people, and they have heavy accents. And I'm like, look, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but we want something that represents the show. And they would not stop. It's like they froze. They said, "Look at their
From the
teeth."
UK.
I mean, I was going to say, as a European,
Yeah.
I'm always very impressed with American teeth. I paid
Yeah.
a lot of money for my Smile Direct.
Yo,
and-
your smile looks good.
Smile Direct.
well, it's because I
Nice.
fixed it once I came to America. I was like, I can't be in this country looking like this.
But they were like, I was like, work something that was some, some teeth thing and everything else. Maybe they could motivate the people for the
Oh,
teeth.
But mine are,
So-
but it depends. Like mine are natural. Y'all's natural.
Yes.
Natural.
Yeah. so-
Well, his is definitely not.
Oh, who had braces?
Not me. In my shit, I'm actually what
Rex.
everybody wants to have. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
Wait.
Wait, you had braces, Aaron?
Right here to here.
No
Okay.
braces, no retainer, just God.
No,
My daddy knew.
God.
I look
just
up to you.
blessed.
Just God, you know. But a lot of people used to think I got my eyebrows done. I never got them done.
Oh, I
Arch,
definitely
just
thought that.
natural.
Just FYI.
What an asshole.
Definitely thought
I'm just born beautiful.
Just so y'all should know this.
Definitely thought
As
that
you
was-
age, your
You thought I
teeth,
got my eyebrows done?
Hell yeah.
You
What?
see? That's how
They're
beautiful I
prettier than
am.
mine. Mine are
my
like
God.
twice the size.
You know,
As you
listen,
age, what
this is what
happens
happens
to
when
your
you got God. You know,
All day.
some people got dentists. I got
He
God.
left me at
No,
the
I'm
border
kidding.
once I entered the country.
You think, Aaron?
as you age, your teeth they shift.
They do, yeah. My dentist.
I got a couple right here.
Well, so that was literally the reason why my dad got me those 6 brackets, because
The 2 in the middle.
right here he didn't want my shit to get fucked up.
Mine shifted a little bit, but I still.
Mine
look
never
good.
shifted. But what I'm saying is that your teeth shift as you age, so it's actually good to get a retainer. While your teeth are in the state that they're in, and wear it, so that you don't have any issues as you age.
But I don't know if you guys knew, but like Smile Direct, who took the country over with like the retainers, they went bankrupt. And then one day I get an email and I was using the retainer and they're like, no more customer service. You also can't get retainers anymore. So I'm like midway my whole treatment. I was like, what do I do now?
How?
Well, at this point I was like, yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to wing it. They haven't moved yet though. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, a lot of people out there suffering, Rico. Don't
sucks.
sit there on your
Listen,
high horse.
Anyway, just a word to the rock.
let them listen. Everybody can't have everything, you know.
true.
No.
Some people
you
grew up
can't-
in wealthy homes. I grew up with perfect teeth. This is that's the sacrifice that I took before I came back down to earth. You know what I'm saying?
This time around.
Yeah, this time because I've been here for too long. You know. I also picked my eyebrows too because I knew it was gonna happen.
But I do think that I always believe that when I was a kid, my mother always took us to the dentist all the time. She always took us to the dentist. She might have not did left or right, but she made sure. When I say left or right, meaning that, Marie, don't be looking at me. What I'm saying.
Literally, I looked at Marie like.
No, meaning that. No. When I say left or right, because my mother worked like 2 jobs and went to school at the same time. It was very tough. But what I'm saying is like she always took us to the dentist, and I realized something. It is really important.
Yes.
So when I was in that meeting, I was like, "Yo, y'all doing the most." But they was like, "Oh my God, look at!" I actually have the picture on my phone. It's Rico Amanda.
People don't understand how much that
They
side
were doing the
thing-
most. You call that doing the most?
There was just so I was like, bro, you act like you
talking
just
about how
found.
good we look.
They weren't talking like they found
the
gold.
most.
They was like,
We look good.
so moving on. I want to start this conversation like this. I want to kick this conversation off. I was watching a clip on TikTok. Do you remember when Titanic was sinking and Leonardo DiCaprio was saving the woman?
Yeah.
Yo, the new clip, the dude was like, "Where's your pride board at?" She was like, "I'm drowning."
Good luck, Chuck.
Dave, do you hear this? You saw Titanic? Dave
I
is
saw the
eating.
Titanic.
So in Titanic, we're told to romanticize as men. The ship is falling. Women and children, they survive. So in this new clip on TikTok, this guy is like, "Where's your plyboard?" She was like, "But I'm cold and I'm gonna."
plyboard?
Plyboard is what he was. Leonardo DiCaprio was on.
Oh, okay.
Like the door or whatever.
He was just standing on the
Just
door.
something.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "I'm drowning." He was like, "It's really bad. It's bad for you."
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, have we done this like reverse? So the quote is, what does this quote mean to you, Amanda? Love means never to say I'm sorry.
Love means never say never.
Never.
Never having to say you're sorry.
Love
I don't know,
means
I need
never
to
having
honestly-
to say.
Yes.
I feel like that's a quote that I've heard before.
I've never
It
heard
implies
when-
unconditional love,
I tried to Google
but
it.
is it realistic?
I've definitely heard it before, but like when you put it in the prompt for today, I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell
What
does
does
that
it
even
mean?
mean?
Yeah.
Because if
You
I
already
love
forgive me. I don't gotta apologize. That's what it means.
Oh,
You love me that
you
much.
better say sorry.
I
All
don't.
right, Amanda.
What is that? What it means?
Yeah.
he's so passionate about his answer. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so look, no. Answer the question,
Amanda
but
and-
you're asking me what it means, and I'm trying to simplify it for you. The cliche quote is, love means never having to say I'm sorry, which insinuates that you have so much love you forgave them, but, for whatever they did.
Is that what you mean?
Oh, that's your interpretation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Why else would I say I'm sorry?
Well, to me,
I'm
when
just
I
saying these
read it,
outdated quotes is crazy.
I thought that it was a
Yeah.
typo.
Right.
You
Right.
thought it was a typo?
Yes, because
Yeah,
love
that is true. I was like, I don't
love
agree with that.
means saying I'm sorry.
Right.
Because when you love
Yes.
someone, you should have no problem.
Bring that back.
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
Yes.
Literally.
It was a typo.
so-
It was a typo. I thought that when I
It
was
wasn't,
reading it,
but bring back exactly.
I thought it was too.
I thought it was a typo because my understanding of the quote was that if you do love someone, you do say you're sorry. You love someone enough to admit that you're wrong, to say I'm sorry about doing this or hurting you or whatever the case may be. So I don't know. Honestly, I thought that the quote was a little cynical.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not gonna lie.
Probably
Because
made up by a man.
I didn't understand it the way Rico was saying. That's not how I took it because, again, I thought it was a typo, and that's what I would have deemed the quote to say and to mean.
So the quote is not necessarily saying that a person is not going to or is not supposed to apologize. What it is insinuating is that there's enough understanding of the love that forgiveness will be there as well as the apology.
Okay.
Right? So it's saying not having to, which means I don't have to, doesn't mean you won't. You know, like you forgive me, you're going to forgive me, even if, not even if, but you're going to forgive me before I even got to the point of having to say I'm sorry and justifying whatever it is that.
See, in real life, though, that's not going to work. So you
about
better
to
say
because
sorry.
If you really live by that quote, you are going to be setting yourself up for disappointment, failure,
Is it
heartache.
I don't know. I'm just shout out to Yumi. This potato salad.
Yeah, so good.
Have you ever had a
What is that?
situation
What is that?
where either you were a part of or you witnessed where somebody did something and it was almost like immediate forgiveness? Because there was already a premeditated or a predetermined forgiving feeling that person was already like they've already made their mind up that they were going to forgive this person.
Them.
Yeah, but you just still want to hear some accountability in your with your apology.
But can you get that accountability without them saying nothing? Let's come on. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go somewhere else, right? Let's go to a place where we know the person we love and the person we love knows us. Like it cannot be this rigid. We cannot really be in a time where it is this rigid. Like if my wife does something to me, I know she loves me. If she does some fucked up shit, like she's like, yo, I didn't do this today. And I was like, damn, I was waiting for that. And I'm like, all right, cool. Do I get like, I need an apology?
But no, that's the point. Because typically you already know what you're forgiving before you even said, I forgive you.
Well,
Right.
there's a difference between the apology and them sharing with you why they did what they
Thank
did
you.
is the difference from an apology. Because if someone does something that I
Thank you,
do not
Dave.
like and I address it, I don't need a sorry. Because to
Thank
me,
you.
if you're saying sorry, that means you're always saying sorry. That means you know you did something wrong. And sometimes circumstances apply where you make decisions and you do what needs to be done. So if I'm going to ask you, why did you do that? If you don't give me a good answer, we're going to have an issue. That could be a problem because then I'm not going to be receptive to your answer. No, you can't. Let's just say you can't. You can't fuck somebody, and then when I find out, and they tell me, "Oh, I'm sorry that I fucked them," and then you say, "But why did you fuck them?" Oh, because I was drinking. Oh, so every time you drunk, I got to worry about you fucking somebody.
It's a little extreme, but
No, it happens because most
it's
of
a
the problems,
situation.
most of the problems in relationship because
agree
somebody
with
does
that.
some dumb shit
Yeah.
like that. So if you tell me, hey, I was living the moment, I was feeling myself, I always thought this guy was good looking, I did what I did. At least you have an answer, and that means that I could trust that you know what you're doing as opposed to blaming it on the liquor, blaming it on the goose. Got you
fucking
feeling
somebody.
You
That's
know what I'm
what
saying?
Blame it on the
I'm just letting
Blame
you
it on
know.
the goose.
Listen, you could break it down from there and give the semantics of anything below that. That was extreme.
Yeah.
But then break it down from anything below that.
I
would
just
state-
want to add, that the quote is that you love them enough to, accept an apology without them having to say I'm sorry. But that's because you love them. And maybe that might be one time needing to accept an apology, but what if it's a continued behavior and you're always going to accept that apology without
that's the
even
problem.
it being heard because you love them? How about how much they love you?
Or how much you love yourself.
Or how much you love yourself?
No, you're loving yourself. Stop. This loving yourself stuff, Dave is big on. Listen.
No,
pause.
but it
wait with
matters.
this loving yourself stuff. Okay? It is important to love yourself in order for you to love somebody. But you also cannot necessarily say certain, like if you love yourself, there's things that you may accept that don't bother you
That's true.
because you really love yourself. But social norms may say, hey, you look stupid.
Now you
But it doesn't. But so that's the thing, and I know Dave is gonna say this. If you love yourself and you're comfortable with yourself and you're okay with who you are, you don't give a damn
That part.
about what people's expectations or their understandings about what you're doing. You don't care because I'm gonna be honest. What you putting on this?
I agree with that.
What are you putting on this? Not
An
a goddamn
opinion.
thing.
An opinion.
I'm gonna tell you something.
So,
Alan, no.
Aaron, opinions have different weights for different people.
Alan.
I'll agree with that. Opinions are different for different people, but if you do love yourself, then the opinion of anybody outside of yourself doesn't mean anything.
Thank you. Like, okay, think about this. Let's say,
let me hit you with the Larry David.
I'm gonna be honest. So this is
I love Larry David.
This is my take. But hey, I just want to say something. The potato salad is clearly a hit. Dave over here scraping his plate, boy.
No, so I want to eat more.
You have turkey. I'm having potato salad, okay?
and no.
Good.
Everybody.
It's
Baby,
so good.
Look, I guess I'm on the
Nothing
plate
left.
that's done with everything. I just want to shout
wiped
out.
the potato salad off with my turkey.
See? Yeah, wait, did you put them together?
Yeah, no,
so
I
did
wiped
I.
it.
Exactly. See how clean her
Shout out
plate
to You Miss
is?
Potato Salad.
Wait, what country are you from again?
YouMissPotatoSalad.com.
See? Wait, do y'all eat potato salad in
Not
Sweden?
like that.
In Sweden, potato salad is
A little dry.
It's potatoes and mayonnaise. That's it.
Barely mayonnaise.
That's it. It's just and maybe a little water, but
Tap.
right tap water.
Spice.
But this is what I'm gonna say, and I think that this is something you learn as you get older. You have to understand that, like, whatever decisions you make in life, whatever it is you want to do, however you feel, like, if you're okay with it, then what other people think about it doesn't matter. Like, if I love myself, I'm good with my decisions that I'm making. What somebody who ain't putting nothing on my life, you ain't putting nothing on it, and you got why do you have an opinion about me? First of all, why? You should go find you some business. That's what you should do.
And imagine how a relationship is going to be if you're going to always allow the external to play a part of what you're going through.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? If I got to worry about everybody, a friend or my girlfriend or my wife's friends that assume something like, first of all, girl, you always have a man problem. That's why you always calling my girl, flipping and beefing. And when we happy, she's crying all of a sudden magically and instantaneously because you're calling her with your drama and she feels some type of pity for you. Mind your business, because what we're doing is something different from what you're doing.
I do agree. But just to look at it from another angle, people are typically results-based individuals. And with results, you also want some type of validation. So what happens is some people could love themselves, but if they're not getting any validation from the outside world, that can make them think that what they are doing or the way that they're behaving is not necessarily right. Because they're also not getting that same. Sorry.
You don't have to stop.
They're also not getting that same validating factor that's going to be, the confirming or the reassurance that they're looking for. So I do. Why would you do that? Like, that was for my nose.
Is there another one of these?
She wants to get on the naughty list for Christmas. Rico.
Kleenex?
So
She wants 25% off of the glasses. Not 50.
there's 50.
No, she gets 25%
Now
for
it's
doing
25.
No, it's 15.
15.
Can you trade? This one is clean.
A little dirty nose.
I promise you.
Remember Roscoe on Martin? That's Rico.
Keep that one in your pocket.
Thank you so much. Nah, but that's my thing. I think, like, a lot of people, it takes a lot of time to get to a point where you don't need any validation or reassurance of what you love about
That's
yourself.
realistic.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean you don't love yourself. That means you're just in question with yourself, which I think is different. And sometimes, some people, it takes a lot to say, hey, listen, I'm going to be what I am. I'm going to do what I like. And I don't care if the whole world makes fun of me. That takes courage, right? And I think a lot of people do love themselves, but they don't have enough to battle, that type of heat. So
They don't have courage.
they don't have that courage. Like Allen said this a long time ago. It stuck with me. He said, I think he read or somebody told him this quote where it says, can you pay the price? Are you willing to pay the price to be yourself? And
It's expensive.
you don't understand how expensive that is.
That's very expensive.
There's
for
not
yourself.
a dollar amount in this world that could do it. Like,
It is the most
so
expensive.
if you have something that you could have a situation that you love, and I feel this way with women in infidelity. I feel like a lot of women are very forgiving with infidelity, but because of the outside pressure, they do not allow it to happen as much as they really would. That's just my personal belief.
And I feel the same way. In a way, I'm being very honest with you. I'm gonna say this. I feel a lot of way with men with money. Men don't care about spending money on women, but it's become so cliche and embarrassing now. There's a shame for men spending money on women. There's a new shame for men taking women out on dates. There's
Keep
a new
them
shame.
away from me.
I was gonna say I thought it was the opposite.
Well, I think-
I'm
yeah.
like,
I
what
was
men
about
are
to
you
say,
around?
I didn't
I'm
think
like,
that
is this a
that's where
Jersey
you
thing?
were going with
I'm
it.
like, hold on.
I thought you were gonna say that men spend money on women because it is frowned upon if you don't.
Exactly.
No.
No, it's frowned upon if you do.
Yeah.
Where?
But
I don't care either case.
See, the difference, my thing is this.
Dave is here.
The
He could
difference
confess.
is this. And the two analogies. Women stepped in and made it embarrassing for a man to cheat on women. Women also stepped in and made it embarrassing for a man to spend on women. Because if he spends and gets nothing and she goes and extorts
Or she
him.
gonna clown
Or
him.
exploits him.
Now she's like, that's why I ain't give you nothing, and you took me here, and you did this for me, and you did this for me, and now you did the most and got nothing. I don't think men that actually spend money care about men clowning them. They care about women clowning them more than the man. So I think they ruin that for themselves. Because the one who's gonna spend money, it don't matter what I say, he's still gonna trick.
Yeah.
But when he starts getting exposed and embarrassed by the one that he's tricking on, it's like, well, damn, I did all this for you, and this is what I get in return. Why would I continue to do it?
So going back to loving yourself, right? I think that it's, we're living in the age of social media. It's easy to say I love myself. Like, look, we posted Erin. Erin said, if I said it, I meant it. Bite my tongue for no one. And
That's
that
not
was-
about love.
It is.
Is
It
it?
is.
Yes,
I
the
stand
hell
on
it is.
business. That
Yes, it
is
is.
loving yourself. That is saying I stand on business.
That's
Well,
a-
I just want to say that that's not how I perceive it.
Well, that's how the world perceives it.
Good for them, but I'm just saying I'm the one that said it, and I just don't perceive it that way. It's just more so me. I'm sorry. It's just more so me believing, and probably because my parents are boomers, like, and they come from a time where like handshake deals are like a real thing.
I still do that now.
Never would I do that. Right. But it has nothing to do with loving myself. It's literally just your word has to mean something. Because in what other space?
It's so connected.
I don't see
It is
Because-
so connected.
So what's the
I
point of
kinda
contract
feel
if your
like
words
myself,
mean
If
something?
like I love, like,
Yeah.
like let's just say, for example, I love myself. I love who I am as a person. And someone says, yo, I have this multi-million-dollar deal for you to do that. I'm like, cool. In the midst of that deal, I feel like it's going to compromise me as a human being, as a person. I'll be like, nah, I'm good. Right?
She's
Because
saying,
I gave word to myself. If
I
I compromise loving myself, then I got to compromise on my word with everybody else.
what we're saying is it wasn't that was the only thing that was loving yourself, but it was definitely a huge part of it. To be able to have that confidence and say, this is what I said, this is what I mean, and this is what I'm standing on, point blank. That may not have been your bullet point, but like that's what stood out. And so like people that love themselves can resonate with that and be like, all right, she
That's
believes in
fair.
herself, and that's what we got out of it, or the people that.
That's
If
fair.
I was single and I was dating and some girl was like, I love myself, I know I'm going to hit the first night. No, I can't say that?
Why?
Okay.
What's the correlation?
Because I feel like when people say to love yourself, when somebody tell me they love themselves, the first thing I hear, you did a lot of work on yourself.
You're going to do what you want to do.
That's true.
You're going to
You
do
are.
what you want to do. So if you want to do me,
You are.
you're going to do it. It ain't a
You
friend
are.
that's going to stop you.
Yeah.
It ain't a vibe that's going to stop you. If you commit
true.
to it, you're going to go, you're going to, see it
Excellent
through.
point, Rico.
And that's the kind of like the first
That's what you fall
chapter.
in love with.
Yeah.
That's the first chapter
what you
of
That's the
love
one
with.
night stands
'Cause they
that
know
turn to a
themselves.
relationship.
Yeah.
Like, you love you and I love you too. We both love you.
I don't know. I don't get that.
fair.
I don't get that same message.
I do.
Well, it's the
It's a cry for help.
No. No.
It's a
If I
fake
hear
defense mechanism.
Maybe like a girl saying, I love myself. Also, like equivalent to I respect myself, so you're not about to get this pussy on
Yeah.
like, day
okay.
one.
That's a lie. The ones I'm just saying, the ones that I've come across that said I love themselves, I take it as, okay, well, you love yourself so much that you're making this choice to be with me. You know who I am. You know what we about to do.
You little nasty bitch.
You've been through some shit.
Aaron.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying he's a nasty bitch.
I was gonna say, how many wines did you have?
Not me. I'm saying it's him. Not me.
No, but I'm saying like that's the confidence that they have in themselves, where they're like, listen, I made this choice to be with you. I know I love myself, and like you just gotta let them talk after that.
Bro, what do you hear? What do you hear? Because I'm gonna
I
tell
know
you what
it.
I hear.
I see
I'm gonna
it.
tell you what I hear. She be like, I love myself. I'm like, that's nice, because I can love you better, right? Because that's all
wild.
that is. You
I ain't
already know how it's gonna happen.
That
That
I
night.
ain't competing with you,
probably would
but
have worked.
I would never
30
say that
years
line.
ago.
I would love you as
I would
well.
never say that line.
I'm like,
But that
first of
I
all,
love myself?
No, I'm not gonna say I love you better. I'm like,
That was
if
Allen
any-
from the
if
early
anybody-
R&B days.
I was about to say,
did
if anybody ever gave me that line, that's like such a line. That doesn't even sound true.
The
It
correct,
Yeah.
the correct
That's
response
because
to that
you're
is
3 generations away from hearing all 45 years of lines.
It's actually a song lyric.
Yeah, like-
It's actually a song lyric.
and it was a hit.
I guess you're saying you're not a deer yet. You like Bambi.
I hate
Yeah.
that song,
I mean,
but I like that
Baby's
quote.
I mean,
I think
I'll be
if I hear a woman tell me she loves herself, I'm gonna start being very observant after this.
It's annoying.
No, it's not annoying for me because I'm thinking that you're saying that you love yourself. That means that you got your own place. You have financial stability. You got a good job. Well, no, we're talking about me, not you.
No, I'm just saying.
So she's got a good job. She's doing what needs to be done. She drives, or maybe she lives in the city, so she likes taking trains, and it's a preference. And my thing, most importantly, is that when she says she loves herself, is she knows exactly what she's doing and the position that she's in. Yeah. So in time, I'm going to observe her to make sure that she's standing on those grounds. And if she starts complaining and bitching and crying about shit, that means she lied to me and she doesn't love herself, because people who love themselves don't bitch and complain in time. They know exactly what needs to be done, and they're doing exactly what needs to be done. They need to be doing.
Also,
that's what I take that as. I
don't
don't think that
agree
she
with
wants to
that.
fuck me the first day. I'm not
does.
thinking that. And
I
if she
don't know if
does,
that's
that means that
correlated.
she got
Fucking
everything in
day,
place, so
yo.
she don't mind doing that. She wouldn't mind doing that because she does have everything in place, so she don't have to apologize for her being a woman.
that's
I don't know.
because
I
of the
don't-
cliche
First
quote.
of all,
Anna,
I don't
I-
think. Hold on, sorry. I don't think that a woman saying "I love myself" has anything to do with whether she's going to fuck you or not.
Amen.
But that's not what I said, but go ahead.
But the crying and the bitching and the complaining or whatever, that is going to be someone who loves themselves, because they're going to try to get your attention on what they feel like they deserve. They are going to complain about how you're treating them, or they are going to bitch about what you're doing that they're not going to put up with, because they know what they want, they know what they deserve, they know what they're going to put up with, and probably what you're bringing to the table isn't what they're trying to fuck with.
But she
So
wouldn't
it's-
complain about that. She'll just stop dealing with that.
The tolerance shouldn't be there.
But the
Right.
communication for that behavior.
Now, when you love yourself, there's no tolerance. If I make a mistake, if she finds out I did something she don't like, she'll cut me off.
I
She-
mean, but that's unreasonable, and that's not really
it's not.
realistic.
those people are
No,
out there.
the people who love themselves do not waver on their
Dave,
boundaries.
I would actually say that those are more so anomalies, but those are people who perhaps fear that particular confrontation and don't want to have those difficult conversations. Because if you're a person who has boundaries and you love yourself and you know who you are, where you are, everything, even if you don't want to deal with that person anymore, you want to cut them off, like, hey, I'm cutting you off, and it's for A, B, and C.
I got a
You know,
question.
you're gonna identify what the issues are.
One last thing.
I'm sorry.
To be honest,
No, lie to us.
outside of a woman who said to me that she loves herself openly, yeah, I do think that she would sleep with me on that first night.
I agree.
But I also do think that 9 times out of 10, this is my personal opinion, she doesn't love herself. Because a person who actually loves themselves doesn't need to say it.
Yeah.
I
So-
was actually thinking that.
Please don't cut me off. Please
Sorry,
don't cut me
I was
off.
actually
That's
thinking
cool.
that
Please
too.
don't cut me off.
Very true.
We're gonna give the benefit of the doubt.
Once you start putting up these fake shields, right, and that are supposed to make me feel as if you are this whole person, I automatically start thinking that you're not. Because you don't give disclaimers to your truth. You just let it be what it is, and they'll see.
That's a good
You know?
T-shirt. Don't give disclaimer to your truth.
That's
Yeah,
actually
that's
Don't
very
cut him
true.
off. Don't cut him off.
Wait, hold on, time out. Hundo.
Get this nigga out of
Let's
here,
do a T-shirt like that.
Yeah, I got
But what I'm
50% off for Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
what I'm saying is that a lot of times we're living in a time where it's so convenient to say anything. You know what I'm saying? The convenience of saying anything is beyond easy, right? So it's like if I say to someone, yo, I love who I am, like.
But isn't it sad that we're questioning though that statement?
agree,
When
yeah.
people say that, why are we questioning that, and why are we bringing?
Because why are you
Because
saying it?
Apple.
But like, why? I mean,
they
I
say
think it's
the-
a beautiful thing that we, as a generation today, can be like, yo, I love myself.
But
I
it's
think
Why are you
cap.
love-
It's not
why are you
true.
No, but-
advertising it? If
but
you're
if
just
some-
meeting someone,
It's not true.
I don't think I've ever sat down with a female that said I love myself, and I'm like, cool.
Oh, I
like,
have.
Okay,
Can
so,
I interject?
Easy one.
So,
Oh, no,
wait,
you
one,
can- yeah.
one thing. So, like, I don't think I've ever said I love myself, because I don't think that as a grown human being, we love all parts of ourselves to the point where I would feel fully comfortable saying that. But I've said multiple times, yo, I love my life, because there's times when I wake up in the morning and I literally feel that, especially since I had a puppy. But like, to like bring people down once they say it, I feel like no, like let's have them love it.
If I was talking to someone and they said, yo, you know what? I've been through some fucked up shit, but I'm working through it and I'm getting better and I'm loving how I'm coming out of it.
That's a
I would
different
respect
conversation.
that more
but that's a very
than
that's
somebody tells
analytical
me.
way. Yeah.
Because when you tell me you love yourself to me, you sound like I'm a complete person. And we're never a complete person.
Yeah.
We're always in working. We're always working on ourselves.
back to
So it's
Here.
important to
I'm
love
not
that
always
part.
working.
Can I say this? When
I'm
so
complete.
you're comparing love with being a complete person. So do you love everything about your spouse? Every single thing?
I love
It's
yes,
a yes.
yes.
Hot seats.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you what. I
No,
love
no,
when we fight.
no. Let me
and I love when we don't
Alan,
fight.
Alan.
I love both.
Hold on,
Alan.
back up.
Yeah, it was a
Back
yes
up,
or no
back up, Alan.
question.
Yes, the answer is yes.
So yes, you love your spouse, right? But
Everything you said, everything about
yeah.
her.
the shit that get on my nerves too.
No. Okay.
Well, then say you don't love everything about her, then.
Listen, these are yes or no questions. Do you love your spouse?
Yes.
Do you love everything about her? You asked.
Do you love every single thing about her?
Yes.
You're lying.
My answer
Cap.
is no.
Where's
we
my hat?
supposed to-
Where's
but
my
I
hat?
love her.
Cap.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I just
I'm
wanna
gonna tell you why.
just wanna
His
make my
wife is
point.
also in the vicinity.
I just want to make my point.
I might add.
Make your point.
Somebody
Make your
sleeping on the
point.
sofa
You know,
today.
I'm gonna tell you why. But let Erin make a point. Go ahead, Erin.
The point of what I'm saying is that you're saying that in order to say I love myself is because I'm a complete person.
Yeah.
You can love yourself just like you love your spouse with their imperfections.
Yeah.
So why can you not say I love myself with
Yes.
the way I am?
Oh, you had an epiphany?
Well,
This
that's-
is an amazing.
No, but break down what
You
you.
giving her the high
No.
five after you already done. You done fucked
But
up
just
your answer.
thank you, y'all niggas just talking. God damn.
That's what we do here.
I just what I'm saying is that I think we love people all the time with their imperfections. Think about friends that you have and you love them to death. You'll go rob a bank with them. If they say,
Speak for yourself.
you know, they down and you down, you know what I mean? Like you will put a lot on the line for them and you love them, but they have plenty of imperfections. Same with your children, your spouse, your parents. So like, why is it an issue with a person saying, I love myself?
I know
Thank you.
Listen, I just like faults and all, because I'm gonna tell you this. I know my faults, baby. I can write them down on a list, but it does not take away from the fact that I love myself, because it took me something to get here.
But you
know-
know, Erin, just try to listen to what I'm
But
saying.
I think
to
you're just trying to say
No,
something.
no. But try
No,
to
'cause
listen to
there's a
what
lot
I'm saying.
that
No,
needs to be
Erin,
said.
Erin is she's going. What you're saying is gold,
Platinum.
right? Platinum.
Silver.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're saying I love me and the good, and I love me with the bad.
Yes.
These motherfuckers just love the good. That's what we're saying.
No, that's not
But
what I'm
Erin,
saying.
you're talking from a
saying.
place of
Wait.
being very knowledgeable and aware
I don't
about
believe.
life.
It's awareness.
my-
There's
Yes.
too many people that are
If-
not in
if-
your
if-
state of mind.
So,
That
if somebody be like,
awareness,
yo, you married,
yes.
do you love everything about your wife? I'd be like, yeah, I
Yeah,
love her when she's happy, and I
I
love
don't-
her when she gets on my nerves.
I don't think that was a
This is a whole
question,
different.
though.
It's
Yeah.
a
Wait,
whole
guys,
different thing.
guys.
That's not
like,
what we were
we
talking
cannot
about.
compare.
Exactly.
We cannot compare loving outside versus loving inside. One, they're not. It's apples and oranges.
That is true.
Two, a lot of people who love themselves with their imperfections don't actually deem them as imperfections because it's just a societal standard that it's imperfect too. So they'll say, listen, I might be an asshole, but to me, I'm not an asshole. But the world tells me I'm an asshole. So I'm accepting of the perspective that they're getting from my behavior, but I don't deem it.
So you love being an asshole.
No, I don't. I don't think it's a flaw is what I'm saying.
You're an asshole.
It was him.
And
First
you
of
love
all-
being an asshole.
But you don't think it's a flaw.
No, you
Hold
don't
on.
think it's a flaw. It's
But that's
you
my
love
point.
yourself.
So my
So
point-
I'd be like, I'm
But
an asshole
Alan,
and I love it.
Then it's
What
not an imperfection.
What Rico is saying.
It's not an imperfection to you. If you love your flaw, it's not an imperfection.
Like I could love being an asshole.
Then you
Hold
think being an
on.
asshole.
I'm not an
Hold
asshole.
on, can I
but
tell you the difference in what you both are saying? You're
Please
saying
do.
that you love being an asshole. Rico is not even
no.
acknowledging the fact that he is an asshole. He has zero self-awareness. He's saying that other people call him an asshole, and he's okay with
Thank you.
however he views
I got that
himself.
too.
Thank you. He's not getting it.
I was taking.
He's sleeping on the sofa
Yeah,
anyway
yeah.
today, so don't worry about
Those
it.
people don't even know that they're an asshole. They don't know that they're just a fucking thorn in somebody's behind. Like they don't understand that. To them, they say, "Listen, I hear the outside perspectives. I respect it. I can acknowledge it. I don't deem it as an imperfection. I don't deem it as a flaw."
That's narcissistic, though.
To whom?
I think
It's
that's
also-
when people are saying that this person is insecure, this person is weak because they can't take the fact that I'm direct and I'm saying, listen, you take this as a flaw, I take this as power, and I have to move this way in my life.
Correct.
I actually could agree with him on this though. I agree with
Let's
him
cheers on
on.
that.
I think what Alan, my version of what Alan was saying was when people lead with "I love myself." That's
Right.
why I'm saying
Yes.
if a girl says "I love myself," I feel that all right, you're saying that because you have to say this because you know I love me,
Yeah.
and you want me to see you on my level and be like, okay, we like each other and we're on the same playing field. That's how I see it.
Correct. I think everybody based their response on the person initially stating that I love myself. And why would you say that? Like we're not even in a position for you to make that
Yeah,
statement. Like
yeah.
what are
I'm like,
talking
why
about?
you telling me
Like
that?
leading.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah,
I
wait,
called it
people
like
do
an
I would find that
advertisement.
real
Like, why are
insecure for you to
doing
say
that?
that.
God, fellas gonna understand, right? The way this conversation just went, the way I took it was equivalent to a girl just openly says, "You know we're not fucking tonight." You're like, "Oh,
I was just gonna
That
say
is
the same
exactly
thing.
tonight. We're
I
definitely
was just
fucking
gonna say
tonight."
that. That's what that sounded like.
Right.
That is exactly.
It's different
Right,
with
because if
when
I
her
really
consent.
didn't want to fuck, I wouldn't even mention it. I'm
Right.
not even talking about
Right.
it.
I don't feel like I've no one ever.
right. If you
I'm
start
like,
to
let me get
deny,
two more of these drinks, and I'm gonna call my Uber.
Have you said it and done it?
I forgot to get a fish.
Yes.
so you better not order from the right side
She
of the
said
menu.
it. She meant it.
Thank you. I've had a lot of
Tries.
no
People trying,
oh yeah, no, but I've had a great time.
Hello,
Just
Sagittarius.
drinking, having fun.
She's married.
It's a lot of
My God.
firepower.
My God.
She wasn't born,
Would
man.
you do it
Side,
again?
side,
All right,
side.
one last
Side,
quote.
side,
One
side,
last
side.
quote for you guys. What do you hear? What do you guys hear when you hear this? This is an interesting one.
Delroy.
Stop.
You
Yo,
need to stop. You need to be on time out.
As the moderator, this is the next one. What do you hear when someone says, "Do not love the one you want, love the one you're with"?
Honestly, another cynical.
Wait, say that
quote to
again.
me.
Do not love the one you want,
She's like, we ain't got this in
love
Sweden.
the one you're with.
Can I get my glasses?
These sound
But
like,
what if the one I'm with is
I'm like,
doing
that sounds
dumb
like arranged
stuff?
marriage. What?
this sounds like a bunch of intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
When I read it, I was like, are these people saying that out loud, or is it intrusive?
But it also sounds like you better, if you are in an arranged marriage, you better work on that, like with that.
That sounds
makes it
like
work.
Are we?
learn to suffer.
Yes.
Really? That's what
Like
she said.
accept
Yo,
what
what?
you got.
Like anything great.
No, it
That-
sounds
I
like
look at that
I
as
dealt
like-
you this.
Honestly, I did not like
Yeah.
any of the honestly, I've read the quotes.
Tell us how you
I
really
was just not happy with them because they did not give me anything good.
Yeah.
I didn't get a good feeling.
No, that
from
one
either of the
I would
quotes.
have.
That's not
I
for
would-
this cast.
Yeah.
We're way too confident. and
Whoever,
love ourselves
whoever
way
wrote
too
that
much.
one
But
was a miserable little
I ain't gonna
sad
lie.
sucker.
J-Lo's out there somewhere, and I know that's not the one I'm with. So
She's definitely
All right,
not loving
so
the
so the
with.
last one. So we don't hold on
skip
to this
over
too
this
much.
shit.
Okay.
So we don't hold this too much. What is one of the most cliché quote?
Erin, please.
Aaron,
Cliché
what do you
is
want me to do?
Erin is like a dog. You know when you tell a dog and the dog goes.
Ironically,
tilts his head.
yes. I be like outside, chicken.
Outside.
Chicken.
You're right. Yeah,
What?
treat. Yes. Oh my God.
What is one of the
Let me
most
stop
cliche or quote that you ever heard that you like, this is the dumbest shit I ever, or this is the dopest shit I ever heard?
I think you just said it.
Hard work pays off.
Oh, thank you.
I
Clap
wish.
twice to that. That shit is so.
I'm like, that is American.
Yeah, hard work does
Smart
not
work
pay.
pays off.
Yeah.
That part.
Fuck.
Yeah, I wish I started scamming.
Right?
Like,
When
why
it was
would I
low
not?
key,
You should have did
when
it
a
before.
lot of
It's-
people weren't
Like
getting
the whole,
caught,
the
right?
whole
That's too popular
PPP
now.
loan,
Too
like
popular.
why
Unless
was
you know
I
how to
not
do something
jumping on
different.
Wait, repeat that. Please.
Why did I not jump on the PPP loan?
Prison.
PPP loan.
I just want to say one thing, y'all.
gotta
I used
be
to work
careful
for
with that.
when I was in
I
school.
wish I did.
I used to work for a federal judge, and we were in the Middle District of Louisiana. Literally, like, Katrina had been 10 years old, and so many of our cases were fraud based on Katrina. Trust me, the feds, there's no statute of limitations on that.
Yeah.
They coming. I'm sorry, baby. If you wanna, you better pay that money back.
I mean, I will say I've
There's
seen.
there's still people for
That-
the PPP loan getting arrested.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
And that's
was
what
a
I'm-
setup. That was a setup.
So what I'm saying is that think about
It was.
Katrina. Katrina was one of like the worst like ever
Nature,
in the history of this country. And 10 years later,
People are still going down.
they were still in front. I saw it. Like I worked for the judge, like in front of the judge, going to jail because they was on some
What were the cases,
All I'm
though?
saying is a
Scam.
little
Yeah.
small
it was
scam.
fraud.
Unemployment.
No small.
some type
Telling
of-
you.
Taking me off.
Just don't. The best thing is don't do it at all.
Telling you,
Well, that's not necessarily true.
Seen it with my own
The
eyes.
best way to do it is to have a plan with it. So then that way, by the time they catch you, you already, you know what I'm saying?
No,
you can pay it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
hard
then
work-
on top of that, listen, guys, this is a topic for another.
Yeah,
video,
it
so
is.
another
It
day.
is.
But
So
I got
Aaron's
you.
is hard work.
Pays
hard,
off.
hard work pays off.
It's cliche enough.
I'm gonna tell you what mine is.
What yours is?
And I can't stand it. I'll be
Yeah.
trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I can't. You can be anything you want. No, the fuck you can't.
That's
always say that
true.
You cannot be whatever you want, and
That's true.
and I think it's important to understand you can be whatever you're great at, but you cannot be whatever you want.
Wait. I
Wait,
want
let's
to
bring it back, Amanda.
Guys.
Rico.
I was saying that
Wait.
it's funny that he said what he said about his quote because literally today I was thinking about how I did not have a father that said you could be whatever you want to be. He said that's a bullshit job. You need to be a
My
doctor,
daddy too.
a lawyer, something that makes money.
Yeah,
Like
you always said that.
he was not afraid to tell me and my sisters that
Same.
that's not going to make you no money. You can't be that. It just wasn't happening. I did not have a parent like that.
I mean, my daddy had a few more other words, but similar.
I'm not gonna lie. My mom told me I could be whatever I wanted to be, and
Same.
How'd that turn out?
she was right. But I know I can. I don't mean everybody is built like to be. So I look at my life a little bit differently than a lot of other people's. Some people go to school, some people graduate, some people get a job, and they have that plan B, and then they go after their dreams, goals, and aspirations. But they always have a plan B.
Yep.
I had a plan A, and that was it. Right?
Are you the
Since-
oldest?
Yes. Since I was
You are the oldest.
Yes. Well, let me finish. So, but I do understand that there are, and just working with kids over the last like 24 months, you understand what kid has the potential to go throughout life to achieve the unachievable, or what's typically looked at as the unachievable. I know, from a young kid, I was able to do it. But as a person who had to go through so many ups and downs just to be stable in my life and, within this career and entertainment industry, it's hard as fuck to do,
business.
right? Like I pride myself on saying I haven't had a job in like 8 years and I've been able to pay bills
You
with
do have a
this.
job.
But it's a
It's
job.
a job.
But it's a job, but like-
job.
You
You
do what
grind.
you love.
I haven't had a secure
boss.
guaranteed
Like a 9
check.
to 5.
Yeah,
The
I
rat
have-
race. You haven't been in
Every
the rat
month
race.
for the last 8 years, I
Gotta
didn't
figure it
know
out.
how I was gonna get paid.
You gotta figure it out.
Right? So
6 years for me.
So you're also 26, and you live at home, right? So
not throwing shots here.
I'm actually okay with that.
And no, I'm just saying it's
Saving
it's,
money.
She's
I
smart.
wish.
It's just different. So what I'm saying is, if you ask me like, hey, let's say this person is 18 years old and they're thinking about doing and taking the route that I took, I can look at them 9 times out of 10 and make the judgment that I don't think you're built for what's you're really
what is it that like would indicate that? Is it like dirty Air Force Ones or
no, sometimes
like
those
a bad
are
haircut? Like what is it?
So
that's actually cool. Dirty Air Force Ones.
No, but I'm just saying, like, and I'm being facetious.
If you live in like a suburban town,
I'm being facetious, but I truly do want to know, like, what is it that you see that would make that identification?
Yes,
there's a great book by Tim S. Grover called Relentless.
Yeah,
and
he was Michael Jordan's trainer.
He was Michael Jordan's trainer, Kobe Bryant's trainer, Dwayne Wade's trainer, and he even was LeBron James' trainer. And he said, and I always said the same thing, he's not relentless. There's a different type of person who's relentless. That means you can see that the odds stacked against them, it doesn't matter how hard you make their life, they're going to win. And you don't even know how they do it, but they'll do it. Even if you think that, listen, it's going to be extremely hard for this person, they'll find a way to do it.
You saying who's not relentless? Thank you.
LeBron. But this is not just me.
Wait, but Jordan is?
Of course. But I highly suggest everybody read the book.
Right now,
I'm not reading that.
But it's a great.
Not gonna get
Are you
into
taking a
that.
shot at Jordan?
No, guys.
Sounded like he took a shot at Jordan.
No. Mind you, that's my era.
Okay.
And
Jordan is not your era. LeBron's your era.
okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
Right.
what? You were like 4.
I'm young enough to know, but we can talk about this later because
Exposing
I
everybody's
actually
age.
I can actually send you the stats.
But the stat.
That's all.
What I'll say is, from the person who has trained them and trained pretty much most of the greats over the last 30 years, this is coming out of his mouth, right? Something that I've already knew, personally believed, I should say, but to have that was also validating. But when you can, as a relentless person, you can tell who's relentless, right? And I don't know exactly how to explain it outside of that book and how he explains it, but there's people who are super successful and driven and can win, but then there's people that you just cannot stop. You can't stop them.
Are they like workaholics?
No.
Just relentless people.
Like, you can't stop them. You can make life hard for them. You could throw them home. You can make them home. They just find a way to win. Right?
It's like Derek Jeter
It's a
when he
hustle.
talks about that. He talks about how he knew he was gonna play for the Yankees and win a couple of rings, and he was relentless. He trained, he focused, he did what he had to do, and he won the rings and he became a Yankee. He was relentless. It's nothing that nobody would have done to stop that man from prospering in his agenda.
Yep.
I think it's a hustler. Period.
It's a hustler,
Because
so
in my
same
opinion,
word.
a hustler is always a person who can make something out of nothing.
Or a crackhead.
Like
Like
they be stealing.
yeah, but they survive.
I'm trying to
They-
think.
No, they are survivors. They are survivors, but I don't think that means that they make.
Yeah, like that's like a
nothing
cockroach survives a
Crackhead
nuclear
is
bomb,
bad.
but like,
Crackhead
come on.
is-
There's
Like,
no
Crackhead
what?
come up with some shit that it's
What?
bad to be a crackhead. bro.
You
I'm
know,
just
you know
saying.
what, Glorilla? She said, you know that saying that she
She's a
said at the
crackhead.
end
I'm
of.
just playing.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I just play.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just
you know,
playing.
she said, you know that saying at the end of the day gotta end. She said a crackhead said that to her, and she's like, "Damn, it makes sense." And so
It does.
she kept it.
At the end of the day,
They gotta end.
But it's not like some crackhead shit when you think about it.
Yeah.
You know. But shout out to the crackheads.
Yes.
They're not watching.
They probably are watching.
crackheads.
They got a phone.
Dave, what is the?
I'm telling
what
you, they
is
got
the
everything
quote
they
that
need.
You
They're,
heard
like,
and you
hooked
was
up
like,
to, like,
"This
the
is
street
bullshit,"
one, like,
or "This is
listening.
incredible."
Well, I did say for me was the. Well, I thought it was cliche. I always said that it's not you, it's me.
That's a dope. So
If
there's
anyone
like
ever
levels.
said that to
Well,
me,
I just feel like, I'd rather
Someone
because
said
I had
to
that
you?
said to me.
Someone said that to you?
Yeah, of course.
Then I
Like,
know
you
it's
act like
me if
nobody never
somebody
said that to you.
me.
I've never
Nobody
heard
ever
that in
said-
my
That
life.
is a movie line.
I've
Yeah.
said
Right.
that many times.
Right. So
Also,
it's not you.
everyone knows
And
what it
I would rather somebody be very
said it.
direct to what it is. It might be you could tell me like, I don't like your hair. I don't like your breath stinks, or I don't like the way you dress. Don't say it's not you. Don't cop out and make it seem like you're the problem if you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know that that you're not an issue, and there's something about me, or if there's something about you I don't like.
Kind of a nice way to let you down, though.
Maybe
I don't like
shallow.
that. I don't like that. I feel it's
I'll take it on
shady.
myself.
It's
You know what
not
I'm saying?
shady. It's not
I
shady.
feel like it is. It is.
No,
It's
I
deceitful.
feel like no, it's not
you
shady.
know what I'm saying?
You want the person because it's not the person.
Him thing.
It's you.
Yeah.
It's a neat
Honestly.
thing.
Flip side. What if she does think that your breath stinks?
But
But
She doesn't want to hurt your feelings.
no, hold on. But she also
Taught a breath.
not
can't-
Dave, but
No, but she
I
also
know what she means.
cannot bring it to herself to be this person who breaks up with someone because of that very
Well, maybe she needs to be.
simple reason. So she's just like, yo, I hate that I'm like this because I can break up with someone for any small thing. And that's a me thing.
Keep going. Yes.
That's a me thing.
Mm-hmm.
I break up with people and I can't stay with people for little things and I can't
Bet, Rico.
and I can't get past it, so I always end up leaving them. But that is a hurt thing. So even if there is a reason behind it, it's not a big enough reason.
Do you understand what? Because Erin just said you breathe too hard, like right? And
I was just joking.
no, not to me. But what I'm saying is like I could understand that.
Nah,
I could
but it's real because
understand-
if you breathe too hard
I
all
could
the time, I get
understand
mad.
being 21 years old, waking up. I'm like, this is the most beautiful day of my life. She slept over. I'm like, damn, she breathed really hard. And I'll be like, bro, can I really deal with this shit?
Yeah.
Even if I break up after a year or life, like when she wakes up, I'm gonna be like, it's not you, it's me. I have a problem with people breathing hard.
I had a problem with the second toe being longer for
No,
a
but why
very
not,
long
but why not
time.
express that?
But it has because it's
I'm not
not
gonna lie,
you. It
I'm
has
still
nothing to do with you.
No, but why wouldn't you be able to say that?
now
Because
good, but
the person
I
would
think
want
it-
would like
it's
to
like-
But
know.
if it's not a
Little
changeable
normal.
thing with the person that's being
You-
told that, you might as well
Can you
just
say
shut it
that?
up.
Can you please
Yeah.
say that?
But-
Anna,
Yeah.
say that into the microphone, please.
No, I said if it's not something that the person you're trying to tell it to can change it, just don't hurt their feelings. Just let them live in like the ignorance. If it's a toe thing,
You can change your toe
no,
size.
come
by the
on,
way.
man. I'm not gonna cut my toe.
But why? Why is the person you're saying that
And
to
also,
is
that was
overweight?
not
Maybe they
my
gotta lose
toe.
some weight,
I
they
have
won't
never.
breathe hard.
It's not my toe.
I had a big problem. And it's all Jack Black's fault. Because
That's Jack Black.
Shallow How is what pointed out to me. I'm like, yo, you're right. Like that toe should not be that long. And as I grew up, and my mom had that same toe, and I used to just roast her daily. Every time I'm like, yo, please put that away. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
We
when
need
I-
to see your toe after this.
my foot
Well,
is
you actually,
beautiful.
what was
Like,
you
I got
telling
pretty
you what
feet,
I
pretty
always
teeth.
heard.
No, but
People.
we're going on it. Look, I remember being. I think I was in grade school, mid school, and I liked this girl. I thought she was really cool, but she had like a scrape in her teeth right here.
Can't do it.
I was like, it's a scrape. I was like, I
try to
can't
get over
do
it.
I can't. I tried.
No.
Every time she was like, I really like you. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to
then
fucking
she-
die. Like,
Every time Alan made her laugh, he'd be like, oh, I don't even want to tell
so
jokes.
I'm like, yo. So technically, Dave.
Now you're not funny.
No. So she didn't do nothing wrong. As a matter of fact, she's a very nice person, very nice human being. You know what I'm saying? And the earth is lucky to have her.
Now the earth is lucky to have her. Wow. Like what?
That's worse than it's not you, it's me.
Still
The
topic.
earth is lucky to have you.
No, but I'm just saying her
Christ.
I'm
practice
gonna
was
use
good.
that one.
Definitely.
But what I'm saying is like I couldn't do it. So I gotta go with Erin on the heavy
earth is
breathing.
lucky
It's just
to have
something
you.
happens.
I was just telling a joke. Like
I don't like.
No, but Erin, I think you was correct. I'm talking about expressing, telling the truth about what it really is, because there's some people that don't get closure, and they'll go through time holding on to that, and they will have longevity of issues. And if you can solidify that, then that person could close that chapter in their book and they could move on.
I think you're putting a lot of weight on people to react the way you want them to react.
Well, I mean,
That's
listen,
true.
truth is truth.
Speak.
Yeah, speak
mean-
about it. Talk about it. We're here to
Talk about it.
educate.
Rome.
We're here to
Rome is like,
educate.
I said
That's
what I had to
I
say.
said what I had to say because it's cliche.
That was
This is
it.
wrong. This is wrong.
He doesn't
Good night,
to be-
everybody.
He doesn't like to be put on the spot. Like
Well,
when he
we're
has
here to
something
educate
say,
people
he'll
with
say it.
our perspective. Share it.
I don't know.
I just think that as humans we expect way too much out of the next person, and I think if you just don't live your life the way you live your life, then you really shouldn't be worried about other people. So I think these issues of like the toe and this and this and this, you can find something wrong with anybody, right? But to speak to your point about the it's not you, it's me, you're putting a lot of weight on her, knowing, giving her that power
over you.
Yeah, not only over you, but thinking she's capable enough to come to an adult decision and say that to you. You know what I mean? Because she basically released you. She saved you by saying it that way.
I think it's a nice way.
You don't want to be my slave, because I'll tell you, you're going to try to change whatever I don't like, and I'm still not going to like
It's never going to work.
Because I'm going to find out, like, it's a whole bunch of things. And it's like, you're a good person because I should like you. A slave to my desires. A lot of people become slaves to their partner's desires. Mm-hmm. So if you really love that person, you start to change yourself. You change the way you look. You might change the way you dress, act, carry yourself. And next thing you know, you completely lost yourself. You have no identity, and you just embodied whatever their perspective of a spouse or partner is. And, you know, that only leads to resentment at the end of the day. So a lot of people, if they're able to say it's not you, it's me, then they're actually able to say, listen, I'm going to be accountable for the things that, you know, I want, that, you know, not saying that there's anything wrong with you, but what I want might be a little bit different. And I know you love me enough to be what I want, but it's not going to be who you are. So I want to let you go.
So maybe there's a caveat. So what you're saying, totally understand. And I actually think that you guys are, you know, y'all are consistent, you know, along this path. Well, yeah, but I think the points that y'all are making are related. So I think that if you give someone that excuse or that reason, you should be like, it's because of me. It's me because of X, Y, and Z. Like, because I don't want you to think that I'm just giving you some bullshit reason to just unload you. You know what I mean? So I think perhaps there's a responsibility that comes with using that cliche phrase. Yeah.
But I was gonna say, because if there's no reason like backing it, like if you're not saying what about you it is, it just sounds like we're in a movie.
It does.
It sounds like you're using it as an excuse.
Can I make it fun real quick?
You want to make it fun? Just real quick, you want to make it fun?
I want to make it fun real quick. Sometimes you just want to be a hoe, and it's like, it's really me. I just want a lot of sexual partners.
Are you going to use that as your excuse?
No.
I'm not going to tell you.
No, but
but it's the same thing. Okay.
But you don't have to say hoe.
No. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that, I'm not guys, ready to be committed. That is a very valid reason. Think about it. When you're 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and you don't necessarily want to be tied down to a relationship, the person might be great. It's a bad time.
Yeah.
So it genuinely is you and not them.
Yeah.
So if anything, again, you can make the cliche statement, but I think it's important to follow it up with like whatever the reasoning is, you know, such that you are not putting someone in a position that they're traumatized for the next 10 years about, you know,
insecurities.
Yeah.
We could also say it's not me or you, it's just father time.
One thing I always think about, because my mom always says it and it pisses me off, it's like you're not getting younger with time, as if like we're having like this expiration date.
You said that before last time you was on.
What? I was?
No, last time you came on the show, you said about the younger with time thing.
Damn, so I'm like saying what my mom is telling me? Oh, shit.
I do remember that as well.
I said that before?
I don't remember.
Maybe
you ain't
that's the only thing I know how to say in English then. That's the only
Oh wait, say it in your native language.
Oh my God.
Du blir inte yngre med tiden.
Oh, who?
Du blir inte yngre med tiden. That's like basically you're not getting younger.
Stop, I was laughing. Do it again.
Du blir inte yngre med tiden.
Can we do it slow together?
No, we can't. What language is it?
That's Swedish.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, like, I hate that because like I feel like I'm getting better with time, and I'm like not saying that in like a narcissistic way where I'm like, ooh, I'm like flourishing as a person in every challenge because I'm clearly unemployed right now. But like there's like definitely places in life where I'm like, damn, things are getting better though. Like I feel better. I think things are like moving towards the
I think
goal.
It's because we're in a different generation.
Yeah, that's good.
But it's like I hate the stigma, like the stigma that comes with us aging, especially as a female.
Yeah.
And especially in like being a single female in a big city, it's like, ooh, you're getting a little. I'm like, I'm not stressed.
I
my
really
parents
do.
are.
I agree with you. I think it is a generational thing.
I
Yeah.
need glasses.
If you ask anyone in your mom's generation,
Stressed.
that's what they're gonna. I
My
think it's
mom
gonna be
thinks that my
consistent.
eggs are like raisins right now.
But
They
then if you
might
ask
be.
someone
Yeah.
in the subsequent generation, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm living a better life. I'm wrinkle free. I'm
Botox.
taking care of myself. I got my Botox." Because your mama didn't have Botox.
Well, I
She
gave it
really
to her
might
one
be
time.
a little jealous.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I gave it to
to
her
her
one
one
time.
Jealous.
Like,
And it didn't work because it was like too
it was too
far
late.
gone.
Yeah.
So like I agree, but no, I think from a dating standpoint though, it's interesting because like I had a guy one time. He was like, "Well, you should just like go with it because like you're not getting younger." I was like, "Sir, first of all, I'm not gonna go with it just because like I'm getting older. Like that's sad. Then I'm just gonna settle."
it's a different time.
Might be.
It's a different time.
It might be reasonable.
Shit,
It
Rico.
might be reasonable.
Did you
Like,
hear what happened in
I
Japan?
got perfect toes. I was gonna say teeth, but toes.
You got
I'm
perfect teeth
waiting
and
for me to
toes.
come back down here so I can tell you. What
Are you talking
happened
about
in Japan.
4B?
No, in Japan they're basically.
Oh
saying,
yeah,
Did you hear that shit? That's crazy.
Marie
Can we
sent it to
hear
me,
it?
and I was like, okay. I actually
We
have
don't
it
know
in my
what you're
Instagram.
talking
No, I
about.
have it.
Can you say the sentence?
Japan is basically. Hold on, because I know it's under 30. They're taking. They want to surgically
they're
take the
banning women
uterus.
under 30. They're like, my phone just died. So
I got you.
I saw that coming. By the way,
Marie
I didn't
was
wanna
like,
threaten you with the
okay,
temperature.
so-
Sir, you're the
I
producer.
have it memorized.
You're gonna charge your phone during daytime.
Incoming.
I just want to say
Yeah.
that when we're done recording, I'm taking that last roll.
All right, Japanese.
Not
A
if I beat you to it.
I'm
already
listening,
called
Rico.
it. That was me
Listen to
calling.
this.
camera. You got it.
Guys,
It's
Guys.
well, they said a Japanese lawmaker wants to ban marriage, stop Rome, for women over 25 and remove the uteruses at 30. But then he goes on to say that he actually made an announcement via YouTube, and he also wanted to ban women from higher education after the age of 18. In addition to those,
Oh, he's a
So you just want to keep.
So he don't want
us-
smart
I didn't read
samurais.
this. I didn't read the other.
But it was a.
They said that their birth rate has been steadily dropping.
exactly.
Yeah.
Between January and June this year. It's at a 5.7% decline since last year. So they're already struggling with population.
So why would they do that then?
So let's fuck over the women.
Yeah.
No, make the
I
women
think
to be
I think
fucked.
because over
No,
there
that's
it's
literally
very
what I'm saying.
It
the
actually-
women are very submissive.
actually
and
doesn't-
it's
I'm
trained
sorry.
to be that way. That's what
It didn't
sounds like.
Well,
It
but
didn't provide the actual his reasoning. He actually ended up apologizing in the last slide.
Oh, that's
We're
good.
talking about the Japanese situation.
Alan, you're saying let's perform a serious, life-altering surgery on a woman in order so that we can force her to have a child before that age, before the surgery. How about we just have some classes and whatever to like make men better people and more appeasing such that women actually want to be with them? But no. But no. Let's fucking cut a woman open. What
No, I agree.
What kind of sense do
I
that
agree.
make? It literally makes no sense. Literally, you want a woman to shed blood, put her life in danger before seeking to teach men how to progress.
Why this became
Be
a
a-
man's fault?
Because a man shouldn't be telling a woman what she should do with her body. First of all, he shouldn't be making laws on
Amen.
what she should do for her
But
body.
then what are you gonna do with this population decrease?
But okay, so
I literally just gave you
She just-
suggestions.
But,
She
but
just-
also, can I add to that as a Swedish? I'm not a socialist,
yeah,
but
why
I want to
not?
say as a Swedish socialist.
Y'all got free healthcare over there, huh?
Give people free healthcare. Give them
Thank
childcare.
you.
Give them a system in the freaking educational
Thank you.
world where like you can afford having a child.
Thank you.
Like I told my mom there, she's like, "Are you not gonna? What, ma'am?
Can't
I can't
afford it.
afford having a baby, so no. I
Tell
have
her
to
to-
pay.
do you want to have a child?
I mean, yes. At
Well,
one
not even
point,
that. How
I
about
would
stop
love to have a
genetically modifying
baby.
the food that maybe allows men, so when they do ejaculate in a woman, she might be able to get pregnant if you're not sterilizing
That's true.
sterilizing them with the stuff that you are doing.
Sometimes
But hello?
genetically
That's very
modified
true.
food is also increasing an hormonal imbalance in men and women
Right.
that are making men
Hello?
and women both not attracted to each other.
But
So
guys,
it's-
you have to think about countries. We have probably more lax rules than say Japan,
And their foods.
Europe, all that. So I think that's more of like an American thing, perhaps.
I will definitely agree. A more of American thing, and I can't speak for Japan. I've never been there, nor do I really know what.
They need more ninjas.
Yeah, but I would wonder, and I would question.
They be having ninjas over
Are the men
and samurais?
They be having
I would
ninjas.
question: are the men actually not even desirable there? You know, so before I even make that statement and agree, because maybe the men are desirable there. Maybe because from my understanding, we have a big influence on Japan's culture,
especially hip hop.
And what is our hip hop promoting?
Bitches.
Macho.
Fucking nigga. We don't need a nigga. And also, bitches ain't shit.
Well, but I also think that you have to consider like their culture is very strong. Whatever hip hop influences, I think that's probably more so music, the way they dress, not,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily like
lifestyle
into their culture, how they're living.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Like I watch a lot of like Japanese like clips and like stuff on YouTube, whatever, just because I'm obsessed with them.
Are you sure?
But it really seems like that they still have like the stronghold of their culture and their parents on them.
Only thing I would say is this:
Very
one of my
respectful.
great friends, who you guys all both know, or everybody here,
I don't know
met,
them.
You have met him. They just went to Japan back in June or July of this year, because we were expanding the brand there.
Nice.
And one thing that he said is that they're obsessed with American culture.
Everyone.
They don't
is.
even know how bad it is. So I would say that with the understanding of their obsessiveness on our culture will come the adopting of our behaviors. And if they do, then I can also see why women are not going to be treating men the same. I can also see why men aren't going to treat women the same. And instead of incentivizing relationships, he might just say, I need to enforce it.
FYI, like in like Asian countries, like they don't have access to a lot of black people. Like just FYI.
Yep.
So it's hard for me to reconcile that, like them being so obsessed with American culture, and
we control culture,
and it's obviously black culture.
No, we control culture.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's black culture,
but we don't expose culture.
You're not listening. What I'm saying is that it's hard for me to like. And Rico, you just said this. It's our culture. It's not American culture.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I think it's still like more so. What you see, it's the music, it's the hair, it's the clothes. It's not necessarily how you
Family
treat
values.
people or how you like, because at the end of the day, if your grandmama, if you Japanese grandma and you come down and say something to your grandkid and they pop off, you probably gonna knock them in the head with a you know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's like they're obsessed with our culture to the extent that they're willing to degrade their own culture.
I'll tell you what's crazy, right? And Alan doesn't want to hear this, but remember when Drake and Kendrick beef first started?
Oh God.
There's a big.
I don't think anybody wants to hear this.
Thank you, Amanda.
There's a big Japanese music artist.
What was his name?
I cannot pronounce it. I wouldn't even try.
It's like, because I probably know them.
No, because I got a few of them now. Listen,
She be having some random,
I do.
So he had made a remix on one of the disses from Kendrick's, diss collection of Drake, and he was basically saying, like, which was crazy. He's like, Drake's not famous out here, and Drake's not a part of the rap culture. So it's funny because for me being here and I'm looking at it and I'm watching it, because obviously my algorithm is catered to dissing Drake, and I'm like,
that's funny.
And I'm looking at it and I'm like,
I hope we get Drake on 8 at the table.
And I'm like, that'll be great for us.
So
I want to see how he acts.
I would definitely get. Would you like a pair
so
of
they
shades?
could have a conversation.
Like a
Drake
pair
and
of
Rico
shades.
conversation.
Take hours to type at night.
Drake has powerful
let's not
influence.
keep putting his name out.
But yeah, so when I was looking at it, I'm like, but you are rapping over something that's not your culture either. Like, you know what I'm saying? None of this is of your ethnicity and
The man is
backgrounds.
black, bro. His father's from Memphis.
But the Japanese rapper.
The
Okay,
Japanese rapper.
Yeah, so he's saying like
Talking
Drake's
about
not
Drake.
a part of the rap culture, but I'm like, neither are you, nigga. Like,
but he's going with what's popular.
but I'm just saying that's the
saying
influence
the
that we
influence.
have. That you get what I mean? Like,
And if they do, if we do have this much of an influence in a culture, like Japan.
Which is so very different from America.
Listen,
They only know
don't you
that.
think like it's important then? Like if they're adapting to what we're doing, like podcast conversations are important. Like these gender wars need to stop because they're like things that we're doing here. If people are really adapting to what the fuck we're doing here, the world is fucking doomed. Doomed.
Unless we
I was
take
about to
responsibility
say.
for our
You're a
actions.
blast at us, by
So
the way.
just so
Let's
you
just-
know,
so we
Amanda,
can-
just
We
so
laugh
you
at
know,
Yeah, but we're their sons.
but just so you know, Amanda, somebody said, I watched this podcast, Patrick Bet David, and he does he got a channel called Valuetainment. You know what he said?
No.
He said, believe it or not, the next election is going to be determined by podcasts.
Please, because it wasn't this time. Or
Great.
okay.
Wait,
Maybe it-
maybe
it was this time.
Oh, wait.
Because
Oh, wait, I thought- no,
Joe
no, wait.
Rogan,
Are we stopped?
No, but we're not
we
gonna
all
get into
started doing
politics.
podcast
No, we're not
runs.
gonna talk into politics.
What's
But
the
I
next
want to
topic?
switch over to this thing that I want to ask you guys a question. I remember, and I don't know if you guys remember or you guys agree. There was a time when they used to preach to us that the population was increasing,
Yeah.
That's what I
and then
thought.
just to find out, Erin, there was a time where they used to say the population was increasing. I remember that.
Whose population?
The global
Ours.
population.
Yeah.
They kept saying the global population is increasing. Then when they did the real research, they found out that nobody's having kids. So my question is, if it's okay for me to openly say this, Rome, you're dating interracially.
Okay.
And Anna, have you ever dated someone outside your race?
I have indeed.
Of course. You
So
came from
do you guys
Sweden
think
to
that
America.
dating outside your race is like harder or is it different in 2024?
I mean, I didn't live back in the times where you would go to jail for it, so probably not. But
They're like, you going to jail?
Yo, that's hilarious.
And when you ask her,
I
what do you
will
mean out your
say-
race? Did you talk to a Russian that's not Sweden? Or
I
you
am
took-
I'm a thrill seeker, but like I don't think it's that hard anymore. I think it's definitely easier.
Is it difficult? Is it
Sorry.
people
Oh.
look at you different?
I mean, people are still always going to be racist. I don't think we're going to get away from the fact that people are haters, but also ignorant and racist. That's very American. It's a part of. It's very ingrained in the American culture. And
And a foreigner is saying that.
Yeah, I always
like
say
that's
this.
the thing. Like it's so obvious to a foreigner.
When I moved to America the first time, I was 17, and I ended up in Detroit as an exchange student. And my first
Damn, you about to
experience,
die.
I know.
She meant Mandingo.
You had no choice but to.
My first experience with American culture was shocking because it was the first experience with true racism. I love, and this is also strange, but I love the family. I
What city were
stayed
you
with.
in?
I was in Detroit.
Like proper?
Like, well, suburban Detroit.
well, yeah.
like,
Which place?
St. Clair Shores.
Okay. Well, because
Yeah.
I lived there
It's like right
for a
by
bit,
Grosse
so I know.
Pointe. Yeah, where
I
the
know
Ford
the
family
area.
is. It was so sacred. There was not.
You said the
would not-
Ford family?
Like that's where they're from, like the Grosse
That's a
Pointe area.
very luxurious neighborhood.
Very white, very Italian. But my first experience with America was my experience with racism and how shocking that was because I was going to homecoming and there was this guy and he was African American and I wanted to go with him and the family said, we don't mix oil with milk. And I said, bitch, what? I'm like, first of all, I don't drive, so I didn't know what that meant because I was like, is that like a car thing? But then
Mr. Ford.
I realized what
It's a
it
science
was.
thing.
Yeah. And so then I realized what it was. I was like, damn, that's like an actual thing still. So that was my first part of like mixed relationships not being accepted in America. But then I moved to New York. And New York, I feel like we're very different here. We're very accepting. We're very celebrating of. We celebrate diversity. So it was very different. But you still, I mean, you get a little hate here and there, but
New
whatever.
York, yeah. New York is like low key.
Yeah.
They
I
do
don't.
it very like subtle.
Yeah.
In the closet hate.
Exactly. Yeah.
But real talk, I like my hate in my face. Personally, I like very upfront. Like, let me know that you got a problem with me so that I can act accordingly.
So
Yeah, I agree.
So I can either
I
ignore
agree.
you or slap the shit out
Yeah,
you,
like I
depending on
just
how far you go.
I actually and I'll say this I because I'm from the South and then I split time between the Northeast. The Northeastern racism is a little different, and I think
Yeah,
that like in the
sneaky.
South,
It's in your face.
It's very
It's more dangerous.
Get your ass out of here, boy. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Nigger.
And it's
Yeah.
and it's segregated. Like you'll
Right.
see it.
You can actually say that
with
on
an
YouTube.
A or ER. I don't. Wow.
New
Like
York is just.
I'm sorry, YouTube. Can we say that?
On
No.
YouTube.
no. They,
Cut it out.
No,
Cut it out.
you might have to put a bleep.
You can
It's
say,
a, but it's
you
a,
can say
no,
nigga on
but,
YouTube.
but the
you
thing
can't
is
say
that, like,
bitch.
why do you bleep it when it's actually a fact of life?
Yeah.
Like, if you live in Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Texas, like all these places,
Especially today.
like that is that is unless you live in a city like obviously Houston. I mean, Texas has 4 large cities. So if you live in or around those cities, you're a bit insulated from like the rest of the population and how they are. But I mean, and I'm a Texan, so I know how they are. Like,
one of the reasons that I realized, in my personal opinion, how racism differs from the North and the South is that in the North, it's dangerous for you to be racist. Like, you can get hurt out here.
As you should.
Like there's.
what do you mean?
It's
Like,
it's way too many of
Taking a
other
big
ethnicities yet, and the close proximity for you to be racist and be safe. Like, you will get hurt. In the South, it's so pocketed that, you know, if you're in a town
and pervasive.
yeah, like you driving, like I didn't know there's about what I think,
Sundown towns.
200 or 300 sundown towns that are still active today.
Absolutely. When I drive, when I'm in
Today.
Houston and I drive to Louisiana to see my family there is a town that we do not stop in. And they got a Whataburger right there off I-10.
Yeah, it's a trap.
So it's very,
It's a trap.
like, trust me, it's very easy to stop there if you don't know no better. But trust me,
Is it bad what can happen to you?
Yes.
I would never,
the answer is yes.
I would never put my, I would never risk it.
Influencing
That means
the answer,
yes.
huh?
I would never risk it.
But Aaron, I got a question for you. You're from Texas, right? You live in Texas.
I'm from
witnessed
Houston.
Texas. You're from Houston, Texas. My question is, in New York City is a little bit different, right? In New York City, racism is like this. You get in front of the club, it's you as a dark-skinned person and your dark-skinned friends. You walk in front, they say, oh, we're not letting nobody else in. They say that to you. And you're like, oh, the club is full, we're not letting. And they just turn around and they let Anna in. And they, like, you're standing here in their face as they're doing it. They're
Well,
like,
but that happens in the South as well.
Yeah, and it's way worse.
but in New York, they're just telling you, they'll be like, you just let all this, oh, they were here already. Be like, no, they just walked there. Be like, no,
No,
they
but
were
that's
here.
how
Alan.
subtle the racism.
But it's
shit
not
was-
subtle. I'm telling you that happens also.
But in New York, it's very, in New York, it's what did Dave said? It's not you, it's me.
No, but look,
No,
Alan, I was in
even if
Louisville,
it
Kentucky,
happens- okay, go
right?
ahead.
I was in Louisville, Kentucky,
Yeah, do all the talking, Rico.
and I had one chain, right? I swear to God, this is like maybe 2019 or 2019, the summer of. I had one chain, right?
And now you got one big chain.
Right, so I had one chain, and I go into this little, like, they called it a club, but it was like a bar, right?
a honky tonk.
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck it was, but I went to go in and he stopped me. He said, "You can't wear chains here," and I said, "Okay." So I stopped, and then I watched 2 Caucasian men with little chains, blatantly out on a black t-shirt.
Necklaces.
No, there was little Cubans, right? Like the Pearson Pagoda ones, or Banter now, or whatever it may be. And he let them walk right in. And I was like, bro. And then he just turned his back. See, that's the difference.
That's New York City, though.
No, they're not going to turn their back. They're going to be like,
No,
listen,
New York City will tell you straight up.
they'll say no sneakers, right? And it's really how you wear the sneakers. You know, do you wear them in a
fashionable
black
way.
way, or do you
Are
wear
they
them
dirty
in
or
No,
not?
in a fashionable way.
They got to be dirty.
All right, do you wear them in a fashionable way? Because you might say no sneakers in the club, but if somebody has a dope outfit with some Air Forces, they'll let it go because it just all around compliments the whole
Now,
entire
New
look.
York has specific racism, though. We talked about this like in the club life, like you said. There's a difference with it. It could be 3 girls, and they could be black women, and if they think 2 of them look good and one of them might be overweight, they're gonna have a problem with that. So they have overweight racism. They're gonna let the 2 pretty black girls in. They're gonna, or they might say, "Oh, you no good." you know, or you good, and then she's gonna say, oh, well, she's with me. Well, then, and they start ignoring you. They'll be like, okay, so you good and you good, and they ignore you now because they already told you you good. So they different. If you're spending money, they have broke racism. Oh, you're not spending money, so we're not gonna let you in. So New York has different racism. At least for me, I never experienced. Listen, I've been alive for a long time, 51 years, and I haven't experienced racism except one time, being with a Cuban woman. A Spanish woman, I experienced racism because her to me, because not her, not the girl I was with, her grandparents were like, they will say, oh, he has pelo grifo. Pelo grifo means like kinky hair. So
you do?
Curly. My hair was curly. It wasn't that straight. You know what I'm saying? It's not like straight like your hair.
3 decades
You know what I'm saying? Like if I wake up, my shit's kind of like a little poof. You know what I'm saying? It's just not draping over my face. So they will say this and I will hear them. And I'll be like, yo, what's wrong with your grandparents? They're fucking racist. A lot of Cuban people are like that.
Yeah.
And I noticed that even with the Spanish culture, there's Spanish people that dislike dark-skinned Spanish people.
Put it out there. Call out the Dominicans.
Yeah, what I think is all nationalities, all Latin communities do this. It's not. It's just
Mexico,
not one. I'm not going to focus on one
Colombia.
demographic. It's like there's light-skinned Puerto Ricans hating dark-skinned Puerto Ricans, which is confusing. This person was born and raised here for like 100 years. And you hear mad at them. Cubans are doing it. Dominicans are doing it. It's like, what are we really talking about here? So I think racism is everywhere. It's an ignorant state of mind. Mm-hmm. And I never experienced, because when I was little, I was born in the Bronx. I didn't experience that. I moved to Queens and I was in a Jewish neighborhood. I never had a problem with the Jewish people. They're very receptive to me. And I also always state that it's an energy though. I bring an energy to people that they don't feel like they want to give me that type of smoke. They're not giving me the racist smoke. They're giving me that we like you. We like who you are as a person, so we don't care what nationality you are. You know, so I think that energy plays a degree
It
of.
also helps that you're light skinned as fuck.
But I was gonna say,
No, because when I suntan, I am dark like a motherfucker. I'm a Taino.
All right, so let's
No,
move
you're
on.
not.
How much you want to bet?
All right,
Taino?
all right, let's move
We got
on.
your license.
No.
moderate.
But here's my thing though. This is what I hear when I hear that, and not saying that this is what you were saying. At the last part, when there's people that say there's a difference between being black and being a nigga,
I hate when I hear that shit.
right? Like you pick and choose.
I'm a nigga and I'm black.
You
Why-
pick
why
and
would you wanna
choose
claim
like
being a nigga, though?
not you per se,
I got
not you per
everybody.
se, but like you know, like there's different energy that
you.
you bring out. So like I can bring the racism out of you if I'm actually the same color, but I'm acting or dressed a certain way. But since I'm not acting or dressed a certain way, you don't look at me like that way. But you're still racist. Just
You're
not
a
towards
good
me.
one.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like
You're a good
I've been
one.
in rooms when it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
you're not one of them.
Yeah.
You're like,
No, I'm
what
just
the
thinking of like being.
I'm like,
positive.
but I am.
Not your-
Positive level,
it
you
just
know?
triggered a thought, not your, you know.
Can you prove to somebody that you love them?
So this is how I look at it. You can reassure someone to feel safer into loving you, right? You can reassure someone to feel safer into them believing that you love them. So reassurance is one thing, but proving, that's like a sick mind game to me.
I want
Like
you to
I don't want to
prove
have
it.
to prove shit. I want you to know that
How
I
do
love
you
you.
prove that something is gold?
But you don't have to.
Test it.
Reassurance is one
Being
thing.
an
but
alchemist.
How do you
proving-
prove it's gold? How do you know it's gold?
You gotta
But that's
scratch
like
it
now we're
on
talking
things,
metal
drop a
and
little-
emotions.
But-
Those are very two
No,
different
I'm like, this is
things.
gold. How do you know?
But there's a scientific method to
So
proving that
what's
something
the
is
scientific
gold.
method to
I don't
know
think
that-
there's a scientific method into
And first of all,
proving
love
my
isn't
emotions.
science.
Exactly.
Love is science.
Shut up.
Jesus
I don't
Christ.
think that
What are
there's a
we talking about?
scientific
Talked enough.
method into proving love. I don't think so. I think there's
Love is not science?
reassurance.
Love isn't science. Love is a feeling. You have to feel that someone loves you. I don't think that that's something that can be proven, because once you start trying to prove something, you're trying to make someone believe something that doesn't even necessarily have to be true.
Yeah.
Because if you want her to think that you love her, you can do anything to prove that.
Yeah. You can go through certain steps to do, like, give reassurance, but to prove something, like, you can never prove anything. Like, I know my parents are not going to see this, but my mom cheated on my dad after many years.
Wait, it was after he cheated on her?
Love that.
Probably did.
See?
We never caught my dad cheating.
Love
So like I
that.
don't listen, I don't fault my mom for it. I don't think it's like, I think I'm actually low-key happy my mom did it, because My mom didn't.
What was his name? What are y'all's like names
Oh my
over there?
God.
What's the Swedish
I
name?
am gonna have
Sven.
to take my family
Jerome.
off social
Sven.
Wait,
media.
your parents have Swedish names?
Yes.
They're Swedish.
my,
Jerome.
I know,
yeah,
but
my
like-
dad is Henrik.
Right. Do you have a Swedish name?
Well,
Exactly. There's Swedish names and American names.
Anna.
Anna and Karina Margareta.
See?
So then, yeah,
So what are you
but
talking about?
Exactly. Anna is her American name. She has a Swedish name. So that's what I'm asking.
no, it's actually my Swedish name, but I just pronounce it differently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
A bunch of hand movements.
Looks like you talk
Ain't
too
shit
much.
going on.
but interestingly enough, after
Clearly,
my mom got caught
somebody
cheating-
failed geography.
All right.
But in terms
She is
of
26.
yeah, that's okay. In terms of proving someone's love, like when my mom did that to my dad needed her to prove.
Oh, he
her
found out?
love. Ma'am, I had to
wouldn't be
fly him.
saying it
I
right
flew
now
my
if he
dad
did
to Miami to cheer him up afterwards. Like that's how bad it was. It was a bad summer. Anyways,
He was a
so
midget.
he needed my mom to prove to her that she still loved him. So he made like a chart of steps she had to like fulfill. And I looked at it and I said, "Dad, no, we're gonna scratch that and
Was it
we're
threesome?
gonna no.
That would've
Oh
been
my
number one.
god,
Being on the knee,
Ew.
being on the knees 3 times a week.
But there was steps to it.
Maybe
and
4.
Is your dad like an engineer or like a?
very.
Okay.
He's a mathematician.
Is that a Sweden thing?
Mathematician.
Yeah, I don't
Mathematician.
even know how to say that word,
Well,
but yes.
I just can only imagine a person with that like.
That's how he
Logic.
thinks.
Yeah.
That's how he's
Trying to engineer
logic.
his
mechanical.
relationship.
Yeah, and I think it's a very male
You need a chart.
perspective to how you fix things.
No,
But yeah.
no, but
Oh, okay.
I gotta go.
A man
I-
said
I,
no.
I agree with Amanda. Amanda says you kind of cannot measure love.
You can't.
Amanda
Yeah.
just said that Anna is not a
Hold
Swedish
on.
name.
Hold on.
You know,
So
No, Anna is. I've seen a lot of movies about
Aaron,
hit women,
That
and
is
they will
not even
call
the
Anna.
point that we were talking
They're
about.
Russian.
I
now.
wish I was a
Oh,
Russian
that's true.
spy.
They were Russian. Well, how far
So
is Russia
so
from
he had
I don't
a list
Guys.
that he wanted her to fulfill to prove her
Prove
love.
that she still loved him.
your mama said, "Get that shit out of
and
my
I
face."
said, we're gonna
No,
scratch
she
that.
said
it.
No, I said that because I had to be their therapist.
Did he
for,
not? Did she ultimately try to prove her love to him?
So they're still together. They moved to a new city. They got a new apartment. They started a new life. So she did fulfill a lot of these
that's nice.
steps.
They got away from the
But I
nigga.
got-
Yeah,
that's-
technically.
I got a
commendable,
question
though.
for you, and this is
Yeah.
not about your parents. This is not about your parents.
Commendable.
But
They're
it's
still
actually a
together.
question for you. And this is a
So
question
isolation
It's
was
a-
the proof.
It's a question for you, but it's also a question for the table. I want to ask you guys this, right? If somebody cheated,
No.
think about this, right? If somebody cheated and the person they cheated with had better sex,
You're a cheater.
can you really forgive? Like, can it ever go back to normal?
How would you know they had better sex?
I think that's when
You
should
know. The
maybe
person
forgive.
don't know.
Because that
Wait,
might
how
have
would-
been the
know.
only
how would
part.
So you cheated.
No. You cheated on your girl.
Yeah.
The girl you cheated with, sex was so much better.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
Your girl don't know the sex was that much better.
Okay.
I think he would coach her.
Well,
Can it
hold
go
on.
back to normal?
Is he basing his relationship off sex? Because why wouldn't his relationship
Are you a
go
horse?
back to normal?
How could your relationship go back to normal if the sex was so much better with the
You
other
know you be
person?
thinking about it. You've never
No,
been there.
let her
You had
answer.
20
No,
years.
no, because
Yeah.
if the sex being better with the other person was so influential on his original relationship, then he shouldn't be with the person that wasn't having the good enough sex.
I'm going off of Anna's thing. They're trying to work it
First
out.
of all, you literally just said, I'm not talking about your parents.
No, I'm not talking
just
about her
saying-
parents, but I'm saying they're trying to work
The
it out. But
scenario.
in my head, I'm like, damn, maybe the mother had better sex with whoever she was fucking.
That's why they moved to a different city, a different state.
And
or
I'm trying to say that if the sex being better somewhere else can get you off of the relationship that you already had, your original relationship wasn't that important. It wasn't based off the right things. That if better sex could have,
Right.
this is what happens.
I've
when
been in a
Alan's on the
situation
table.
where I was the side chick and he was engaged and he was getting married and he said multiple times, I mean, we had this chat a million times and it was always like, it's so much better with you physically, but he had this sort of loyalty with her from like high school days. And so I knew he wasn't going to pick me. I knew he was going to marry her at the end. Like that was going to happen. And he did. And even though
They still married.
they are still married. So
See, loyal and faithful are two different things. Go ahead.
But no, that was it. That was the story.
but
That was the end.
Same
I
difference.
mean,
But
till he was married. Like once
But
he
it's
got
like
married, I
even
was like,
you
I'm getting a
knew,
dog.
But
so.
you knew that he was still going to marry her. Because even though it was physically better with you, that
I see
did
what
not
you're saying.
take away from his
No.
relationship
Yeah.
and his feelings
Yeah.
for her.
Yes,
But
it
it's the same-
did.
that's
You don't
the
know
same-
how he acted at home.
But that's the same with her mom. Her mom wasn't trying to leave her daddy. She just wanted to hit up. What's the
She wants some better cake.
what's a what I need Olaf.
Handsome.
There you go.
Hansel.
There you go.
Olaf?
She want.
Yes.
I'm a Swedish
No, you're
name.
right. It was very similar. So
Olaf.
continue.
She wanted to go see about Olaf.
Yeah.
Olaf is like a
And
Norse.
never
It's a
did I
Norse.
say that her mom didn't love her dad. But I'm saying him like creating a test and even her fulfilling the test, that doesn't have to mean that she loved him.
True.
Right.
Oh, that he
But
loved
that's
her.
why. But that's why she said she told her daddy to chill out with the spreadsheet because it wasn't gonna get.
Yeah, because if you tell a person you have to do X, Y, and Z to show that you love me, that person's gonna do X, Y, and Z just to please you. That doesn't mean that they actually love you.
right.
As a person who's cheated, right?
You?
Let's
A very
hear.
profound cheater.
Let's hear.
In my life,
I was gonna drink my
Go
microphone.
ahead, Professor Cheater.
one thing, as a person who's cheated in
Multiple
my life,
times.
as a person who's cheated multiple times in my life, and who has
sad.
friends who've cheated as well.
Right.
One
Surrounded
thing that
by
I've-
cheating people.
surrounded by dogs. One thing that I've realized and learned is that when you're stepping outside of your relationship, you start to put your relationship or that person on the back burner, and oftentimes.
Yeah.
Oftentimes that person feels it and they start to prove their love for you and they step up, right? And it actually kind of, makes them become, it's not the best way to do this, but you'll see them start to say, hey, I can feel you slipping away from me. So now I'm going to do more to keep you here or, recenter your energy, refocus. They may not know exactly what's happening behind closed doors, but they feel that you're moving away. But because they feel that, they're doing everything that they can to reel you back in, which to me is proving your love to a person.
And I'll say my dad did that. He has become the most humble, nicest man that I did not grow up with, which has been a strange.
That's dope.
Sometimes you gotta
because
be
what?
broken.
He probably realized
Yeah, he
the
took my
error.
mom for granted.
Yeah, he probably
Yeah.
realized the
There's
error
a
of his
percentage
ways.
of that.
Yeah.
It's not a big percentage.
No, it's
more
not. I
percentage.
give my
That's
dad
dope,
so much
though.
kudos.
So there's
yeah.
possibilities.
Yes.
Because you know why? When you know that you can
I know
lose
it's a little
something,
sad. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's a beautiful thing.
It sounds like you're
He
saying
needed
the
to
side
do it.
chick saved my relationship.
it always does. It always does.
Not
my
always.
boy.
Not always.
Every
but-
side chick saves a relationship unless she actually is the one that is the reason that it ends, when she decides to blow shit up.
she takes the
That's
situation.
different. But if she plays her part,
But
That's definitely not what she was saying.
No.
same difference.
But
No,
it's not.
but in this case it was. She was saying
Not what she's saying.
No.
but
Yeah.
in this case she
there
was.
are
The
instances-
side dude saved the
I
relationship.
think the very traumatic experience humbled my dad.
Thank you.
I think he has lived a life as a leader and in every perspective
That's
of his
possible.
life that he got.
I think anything's possible.
But wait.
Wait, so are you saying when a man says a side chick can save a relationship
I don't like
and
that.
a woman cheats on her husband, it humbled him?
I'm not saying the process of the cheating itself was what humbled him. I think the life experience of him not being in control and like having his whole life kind of pulled away from him
Because of the side dude.
because it's a traumatic experience that humbled him.
Which saved his relationship.
I don't know if it's
It
I
all-
think there's
No,
still-
but it
It
was
made
up to
him
him. It was up to him
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made him appreciate his
It could have been
person,
something else
I
that
would
could have
say.
happened that was just as traumatic.
But
But I'm
it
saying
wasn't.
like
No, it would never be. You gotta see, and it's the same thing with
Why is there a double standard though? I'm lost in this double standard.
no, I'm not saying it's either
I
a
see where you're
female
going
or a
with this.
man doing it. I'm just saying like
But
from-
I just said a side chick saved a relationship, and when I said it in your case, you said no, it just humbled him. It's literally the same thing.
as much as like it wasn't the man first and foremost that saved my parents' relationship. I think it was the fact that my mom did something to my dad for the first time instead of vice versa, that made my dad realize the value that he had in the life with my mom. Because before that, my dad lived a very crazy life. Like he used to travel, he used to do shit, he used to go on
Was it
crazy
Henrik?
trips.
You said it was Henrik?
Yeah. Oh my God, bless my dad. I'm so sorry for doing this.
I know a Henrik.
It's no longer Anna So Sweed, it's Anna So Snitch apparently. But
You're gonna have the Swedish hot mafias at your door.
But I think
coming
my dad
soon.
became very
Came to
humble
New York and became a
by
rat.
having a life experience that was that traumatic to him, because he's always been in power, and he for the first time in his life lost the power. So I'm not saying it was the side man did not save the relationship. It was.
Are they happy now?
They're happy.
He didn't.
They compromised.
Yeah,
He never lost.
You're
the
right.
power.
They compromised.
Let me explain something.
Reasoning.
Yeah.
No, he did.
He never.
She just opened the thing. Was hot.
I know my dad.
He
lost
never
the power.
lost the power if she was still willing to stay.
No, my mom, they love each other. Don't get me wrong.
That's
they
a
love each
fact.
other. And this is the thing with, like, I think that when it comes to infidelity, you can do things thinking that it's never going to hurt the partner that you actually love, because they're never going to find out. And it's out of excitement. It's out of like sexual desire, whatever. But in the end, that's not how the partner who finds out going to look at it. It's hurtful regardless. But in their mind, it's like, but it's pure sex. It's pure non-emotional. But it still is hurtful for the other side, right?
Well, this
But
is
that's the power. I'm sorry.
no, but this is where I see, going back to kind of like the it's you, not me. My whole thing about that scenario was truth.
Are you okay?
No. I don't. No.
Right?
It wasn't about that. It was something. Listen, it's something that I heard a lot. Not me personally, but I hear it from a lot of people, a lot of friends. They say, "Oh, they told me." My whole point is truth. Now, my issue is that people are not being honest anymore about why they're in the situations they're in. You know, so if you find somebody plays you dirty, there's a real conversation to be had there. Why did you do that? You know,
Right.
and then that person's saying why they did that, and instead of saying it's not me, it's not you, it's me. No. You're right. It is you. Why is it you? And state that.
No.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me finish, moderator. Let me finish.
Hallen.
So, right. So I'm talking about just truth and everything. Like them staying together, she might be able to say it's the truth. And I still with you because I don't know how. I'm not at the age where I'm looking forward to getting a new relationship and find that security again. Like there's reasons why people stay where they're at and they're not being honest, so they're compromising themselves without even know what the word compromise means. Are you here for security? Are you here because I just give you good dick? Are you here for because I'm the better looking man? Like what are the reasons why you are here? Because this is why people are not finding their happiness, because they like to just sit back in the shadow of deceit. And I don't want that. And I don't offer that to women. There's women I broke up with. Why you don't want to be with me? Because you don't know how to shut the fuck up. You just don't know how to shut the fuck up. You're always beefing, you're talking shit, and I'm tired of that shit. So I just can't be with you no more, because sometimes I want to punch you in the face and I do not want to put my hands on you. This is an honest thing, and this is why we're not together. That's simple. You don't have to debate. You don't need Tom Hanks to play a part of the Da Vinci Code so you can figure out the coding of why the fuck I'm not being with you. You could settle your emotions because I just told you what the fuck it was. It's that simple.
Just shut the fuck
It's
up.
that simple.
Dave, you have the best clip of the year.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And people not just being honest. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
I hope we got Rome in there.
I'm just telling you.
Can we get a cheers?
Yeah,
Yo, can I get a cheers?
No, Rico.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
You know what?
But for a woman too, it's not just a man. I'm speaking from a man's
get outta here.
perspective. But a woman needs to be like, yo, dude, I don't like the way you're acting. I don't like what you're doing. You're not providing like the way I look forward to it.
How about this? How
And
about
I'm
this?
doing more than you, so fuck you.
How about this?
That's simple.
How about this?
That's
fair.
simple.
How about this? You a little bitch.
Yeah, you can
Bitch
say
ass
that.
nigga.
How about that?
Yeah, you're a little bitch.
Give him another
You're more
hug.
emotionally than me, nigga. This ain't a roller coaster. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Give him
That's
another
simple.
hug, Anna. He's
Yeah,
not
there you
okay.
go. There you go.
He's not
There you go.
Pour it up.
More wine, more wine, motherfucker. It's more wine.
Exactly, right?
Happy thanks, motherfucker.
They said thanks, motherfucking giving.
I just been listening, and my mind was like, "What the fuck am I listening to?"
I understand.
But look, going to
But cheating will humble you.
But the thing is that, but listen, guys, Dave is always very clear about honesty.
It's a Sagittarian thing.
But asking
it-
for it doesn't mean you're gonna get it.
Perhaps, but I just think that like when you, I'm sorry, if you beat a dead horse about honesty, Like,
some people don't like honesty.
You right.
You know how hard it is to be honest?
Yo,
but see, and
don't
that's the
think
problem.
so.
But
please talk
People
about
don't
that.
well, listen, I just want to go back to it. So, like, Dave is consistent. Dave has always been about like honesty. Like, say what it is, mean what you say. X,
In his
Y, and
elder
Z.
years.
Wait, stay there.
Is the camera on
Because
them?
he is at the point where he doesn't have, I'm not saying you old, but I'm saying he doesn't have the
Just
time.
one old.
Just one old.
Why you
I'm
put
saying,
two on there?
well, because I'm old. He's older.
You guys are not old. Let's
So,
keep moving.
look at you. So then
Rico's young. That's
the-
why he
More
calls
meat
you
in
old.
her hands.
there gets to a point in your time where like you
Amen.
don't want to
She
waste
back.
more of what's left of your time. You're trying to
Yes.
make
Yes.
the rest of your years the best of your years. So me doing all this extra shit, like, yo, just say what it is. Just say, be straight. So I feel like
I agree.
so yeah, you got to.
We got the shot.
I
So-
literally said that because
I think
Rome was talking, so the camera's on him right now, right?
I think because it kind of flows into the next
Yeah.
the next conversation is, would you rather be single now or in a relationship now?
Well, it's feeling like this.
It's
I
something
think
like
like
I probably butchered
the question is are single people becoming basically more popular than relationship? Like it's more attractive. So the actual question comes down to this. I feel like the reason we came up with this question, Maria and I were having a conversation, and the conversation feels like it's a very real thing that I'm gonna say. Like it's a very difficult.
Just say it,
period.
Alan.
We're living in a time where everything is so hollow.
Shallow.
No, but hollow, not shallow. Hollow. Like there's nothing
There's
in
a
it.
hole in it.
Yeah.
Do you remember the gold, like the big gold chains back in the day, the big thing?
And they were light. You just
But
Well, like emptiness within?
No, the big
Hollow?
joints, the
Yes.
Cuban joints.
Yes.
Remember they used to be
Hollow.
like this, and when you looked at it, you like, damn, that's a crazy ass gold chain. And then when you went like that, it was actually nothing in there.
Yeah.
It was
No
it was-
substance.
It was no substance. It was feather. It was crazy.
Like
because
most people relationship.
Dust.
we saw it in the videos.
But
and
to
we-
be honest, like you can't really wear that on your neck. Like,
no, I'm talking about hip hop back in the 80s.
Now, back in
no.
the days with Run DMC, the big rope
no,
chains.
So we thought
it. I'm just-
so the reason that Maria and I were talking about it, we're like, yo, it's so crazy how things are so hollow, but they look so solid. It's so easy to be fooled today.
is it?
So yeah,
Is it?
It's
You can't even
kinda-
touch somebody's chain without dying, and it could be fake. Imagine you die over a
Oh,
fake
wait,
chain.
are we talking
Well,
about like
you know that guy in
relationships?
you know that guy in
Yeah.
It'll go back
London.
around
He
to
got
it.
Where we
killed
going with this?
over an Audemars.
Yeah.
Oh.
They
Clarification.
murdered him over an Audemars in London at his birthday party. And then the Audemars was
Thank you.
fake.
But no, it's it's the same. It's the same.
What I'm saying
Same
is
difference.
like the hollow part of relationships is like
Same difference.
the hollow part of relationships going to what Rome was transitioning into is like it's like what's the fucking point if I can't post my fucking baby shower, whatever the fuck it is, on Instagram 24 hours a day, then we don't really have a relationship. So people
Talking about a side chick.
not a side chick. I'm
Wait.
talking about what I'm trying to say is that are we living in a time where it's not even worth it to have a relationship?
Okay. Can I just say one quick thing on this, just from a personal
Yeah, of
experience?
course you can.
Go ahead.
So I had
just
a cra-
unball your fist.
I'm so sorry. I know.
I feel threatened.
No, I had a. You're right. I had a. You know what you like? I don't know what it is with dating in New York, but for some reason, every time I have a crush, it's on someone who does not live in New York. It's always like someone who lives in a different borough, a different state, whatever.
Sweden.
When you have a crush?
No, never in Sweden. They're just like not.
Miami, Dubai.
No, usually like Virginia.
What are you talking about when you have
Where
a
the fuck
crush?
are you finding somebody
Ohio,
from Virginia and Ohio?
Yuck.
I don't know.
Just stay
Yeah,
away.
it's weird. But
Yuck.
every time I've had
You're
a
going
crush,
back to your Detroit ways.
honestly, it's even been in Connecticut. Like I've had a crush on someone who lives in Connecticut, but that's
Did you
like a
meet them
long
in New
distance.
York?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you
Online,
say you hold on.
Instagram.
You saying you go out, you're
She
mingling
meet
at a
people who
bar,
are
and then the
visiting.
guy says, "Hey, I'm from Connecticut." You're like, "Oh, right, that's
I
fucking
love
far.
you.
I'm crushing
Yeah,
it."
love
All right,
you
go ahead.
actually. No, but so like I had a crush on this guy, and he lives in Virginia. Again, he's snitching. And he had a baby shower, but like right before the baby shower, he hits me up and he's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, like I'm having a baby, and I want you to hear from me first."
He's
So
having
you
a
don't-
baby or
so you
not
don't-
having a
you-
baby?
He's having a baby.
Having
so,
a baby.
So,
Oh.
you don't just see it on Instagram. Blah blah blah. I was like,
And he just broke up with her.
No, he didn't break up.
no, but he made it seem like they're not together. And then all of a sudden, I see his friends that I also follow post his baby shower. He is not posting his baby shower. He also made his baby mama like make her profile like
Private.
private. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, if that was my man, I'd be fucking pissed. Like, if you're not out there bragging about the fact that I'm having your child, like, I don't want a child with you. I'll have it by myself.
He made her make.
Because I found out.
Stalking syndrome.
But what if he blocked you from seeing his stories?
No, I still saw his stories. He just did not post his in.
How long you known this guy?
Oh, he watches. I cannot repost this stuff.
It don't matter. I'll post
He's
it.
a scumbag.
Yeah.
I'll
Go
post it.
ahead.
I'm just saying, if you
Don't worry, I got you.
I mean, if you know him for a
Hollow-
short period of time, he did all this investigation. It's
Speaking
like,
of hollow
what
relationships,
are
like
we
that would have
doing
made
here?
that would have made me feel like
No,
it's hollow.
but look, earlier today I was with Yumi and I was like, we was driving on 22. I was like, yo, you know what's so crazy?
You act like
If I
people know what
was-
22 is.
I was, was driving on the highway. So I was just like, yo, you know what's so crazy? If I was in my mid 20s and early 30s, yo, you could smash anything you want.
Sure reminisce a lot.
Because no, but what I'm saying, I'm talking about in today's time. All you gotta do is have a dope profile.
No, that's not. Is it?
You just
true?
gotta
It's very
look like
much-
Yo, Yumi, don't let him get a time machine because you're doomed.
No.
He got a
look like
time
you
machine.
chilling. Be like, hey, today I'm hanging out with Romeo-welcome. We're gonna go bowling.
Can we just take a quick?
That's what a lot of people
like,
do.
I mean, like, raise your hand if you agree with Alan.
I want to hit
don't.
Alan with this mic, right?
I mean,
You know
as
what?
a
I'm gonna tell you
female,
why.
like,
All
I
you
don't.
need is a good
I'm gonna tell you
profile.
I
why.
agree
I'm gonna tell
with
you why.
Alan.
It
Women
got
are
to
so
agree with
easily to
Alan?
deceive.
it got to a point.
What is that based on? Like I,
Thank
as
you.
a
Like-
female,
Alan agrees with
like,
Alan.
No, you
Well-
can be the most famous celebrity. I'm still not gonna sleep with you
It's
just
not
because
about, no, I'm not talking about
Well,
celebrity.
at least you get the
part.
chance. So, like, the thing is, you see people, and this is one of my most despised ways of marketing. Okay,
It is marketing.
when people try to, let's say they might have been at an event where there is somebody who is of a status, and they take a picture with this person and post it, right? But there was no business to be had. They just so happened to be at the same
2
venue.
seconds.
2 seconds. Hey, let's grab a picture. And they just said yes.
And then
But-
make the picture like
So now look, not only do they do that once, their whole page has
Different
sprinkles
celebrities.
of different celebrities. You don't have that level of importance. You're trying to sell importance. You're trying to sell status. You're trying to sell your relationships, which in return will make you look like you are of the same thing that you're trying to sell. So that's the hollow part in what I'm getting in the analogy. But does that person actually know you? No. Do these people actually do business with you? No.
No.
Can you actually pick up the phone and call them? Fuck no. Right? So when it gets
Super fucked up.
yeah, like you know,
To
like
be
they don't
honest,
even know.
Those profiles aren't anything that I'm ever impressed by because you look like a dick rider.
But now, but look, but wait.
Can I say that?
But wait, no, 100%. And look, we could.
I hope they don't catch
We could-
that.
You're gonna catch that. I'm definitely
was
put that
perfect,
shit
like
in
a
there.
man
Yes, I'm putting that in
That's
there.
for the.
Might be the fucking opening.
That's for the clip. But here's the thing. I agree.
Thank you, Amanda.
I agree with you both now.
Riding it hard. No
but look,
grease.
I agree with you both now. 10 years ago, it's a different ballgame.
It was hard to tell.
Because you got to understand that tactic became oversaturated. A lot of truth has rise
correct.
where now you realize that this person has no affiliation with these people of this status. But back then, just to even get in a room was like, oh shit, you're actually with this person? Oh shit, you actually.
That's correct.
You could go to a studio as a +5. And then as you go. as a-
And you're the sixth one by accident.
and you took a picture with them 10 years ago.
Yes.
And you could put working on something. Everybody's losing their
you
mind.
Yes, that
Right?
is
So
Crazy.
now
That's
we now we
Dogs,
understand that
yes.
it's fake.
That
I
is
mean, I
true.
feel like that's how the Diddy phenomenon
That is true.
became.
Yeah, well, we don't want to talk about him, but
sorry.
yeah, I agree. But so what I'm saying is that
I mean-
it's easy to sell yourself
Now.
back then. Yeah,
You sell yourself now.
in the last 10 years, right? I would say it's harder that way. The way I just
No, back
described
then
it.
it's harder. Though what you're saying was harder back then,
Yeah.
because like you're saying,
it was easier back then.
You can actually get invited back then.
I see what you're saying.
get what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I got it. I get
And
it.
then
I
you
might have
could-
reversed
You
it.
could smash, like, again, I had this conversation
Mm-hmm.
with Alan once before. When people introduce themselves, like to me, as such and such cameraman, such and such DJ, such and such manager, without saying their name first,
That's
I know that when they approach women, that's exactly what they do because they try to
Yeah.
sell themselves before they actually
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
tell them
Like if I
who,
meet
tell you
for
who
the
they
first
are.
time,
I get it.
I'm like, hey,
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I'm-
just,
I'm
Whenever
Alan,
Aaron
I'm
gets
from
tired,
table,
when
I
Aaron
know
be
the-
when Aaron be like, all right,
Not yet, because why you try to explain it to
Fuck
her
her.
like she don't get what's the conversation? She get it.
I literally read all day. That's literally my
No, but-
job. And after using context clues, I get it.
So yeah, you know,
He
I
turned
just
to
think it's
Erin
different.
like, this is what
Of
we
all
saying.
people.
You read all day.
Yeah.
So
That's why
those
you
people-
late. You
those
finished
people
chapter
go-
69 and then you came.
Those people can fuck.
That's exactly why.
Drinking
Drinking her white wine.
No, that's what I'm
Thank
saying.
you.
Those people typically could fuck easier. Now
all
women
day.
understand they have better discernment after seeing the person who borrowed the car, borrowed the Rolex, borrowed the Airbnb or rented the Airbnb.
and smash.
Yeah, because they were a victim to a
here's a question.
facade.
But here's a question for you guys, right? Is that person trying to make you date the person they want you to see them as the person they're trying to be?
I don't know. I ain't really dated in this whole era like this, so I ain't really got no.
No, what I'm saying
Perspective.
is like the person wants you to see them as what they project themselves to be.
Aspire to.
Most people are projecting.
Right. Yeah.
Most people project.
Even before social media.
Most people are showing what they would like
The
the screen to
avatar.
be, and you're not really seeing what the mechanism is that's projecting. And most people are not looking for that. I search for I don't care what you projecting. I want to see the machine. Let me see what the machine is built. What the machine is built, because that's what's projecting correctly. Everything external is fake. You could
said they're
it's
bored.
scripted. You know, people could
Chipboard.
like he's saying now, like you said, I was reversing it because you're right. Now you could just go to any party and you could be around any celebrity and take a picture and then post. Back then you took it, and yet people were saying like you important. How did you get a picture with Hundo? Like I never see nobody take a picture with that. Now you in a place and 12 people could take a picture with you, and it's easy to make it look. And people now like that. I don't give a fuck.
It was a meet and greet.
Everybody sees Hundo now and his shades.
Nah, they don't see me not in person like that.
Okay, whatever. I'm just saying.
Come on.
Last name. I, 56-year-old female, divorced my husband 2 years ago after 26 years of marriage. We have 4 kids, and the split was amicable. He came out as gay, and we mutually agreed to part ways. Changing my name wasn't a priority. Updating IDs, legal documents, and bank accounts would be a huge hassle.
Yeah, it is.
I still use his last name on official documents, but go by my maiden name socially. Recently, he got engaged to a wonderful guy. I've been supportive of their relationship, but during my grandson's birthday party, my ex suddenly asked if I'd consider dropping his last name.
No.
His fiancée chimed in, saying it makes him uncomfortable that I still use it.
Oh, well.
I was caught off guard and awkwardly joked that unless they went to spend hours in lines at various government offices, I wasn't going to change it. My ex didn't laugh. He insisted it's about starting a new chapter and wants me to, quote, move on.
Oh.
The whole situation felt bizarre. For 2 years, it's never been an issue, and now they're ganging up on me? After the party, my ex called and argued that keeping his name makes it hard for his fiancée to feel like they're starting a fresh life.
Then you got other issues.
I countered that our kids still use the same name.
Correct.
And it would feel strange for me to be the odd one
Correct.
out. What really hurt was learning from my youngest son that his fiancée feels threatened by my name, assuming I'm clinging to some claim on my ex. I've made it clear I have zero interest in rekindling anything, but it feels like I'm being pressured to erase a part of my identity.
No.
My ex admitted his fiancée is uncomfortable because he sees me keeping the name as, quote, a power play.
No.
It feels like I'm caught between trying to keep peace and being forced into something just because his fiancée is insecure.
Yep.
They want me to go through the hassles of changing everything for their comfort.
Nope.
I told my ex that I'll consider it later, maybe after they're married and settled, but now he's furious, saying I'm being petty and selfish.
Oh, well.
My friends think I should stand my ground,
That's right.
but my kids are divided. One thinks I should just give in to keep the peace, while the other agrees that it's ridiculous to change it just because his fiancée feels insecure.
Agreed.
I'm frustrated. I don't see why a name on some legal documents is such a big deal.
It's not.
But they're making me feel like the villain. So am I the asshole for
No.
refusing to drop my ex-husband's last name even though he's getting remarried?
No.
I mean, the girl in the background, I'm with her.
I was about to say the ad.
There was no more
ad
needed.
libs.
Just the,
Sounds like a bunch of idiots.
First of
Yeah.
all,
Well, okay. I guess can someone pose the question? Just
you're
because-
supposed to be that one.
Well, I've already played it, so
No,
I'm
no,
just done.
pose
First
the
of all,
question.
when the
Do you change your last name if someone else
Okay.
is- yeah.
So the gist of the matter is, once you're divorced, as the person who has taken the spouse's last name, are you supposed to go back to your maiden name? Well, I don't know if they, when it comes to like same sex, I don't know what it's called, but like whatever your born name, you go back to your born name.
Your maiden name.
Your surname?
Your maiden
Your
name.
maiden name due to demands of the new partner. Hell no. Especially not if I have kids, so I'm sharing the last name. Like, if I don't want to, like, first of all,
I just want to point out they was married for 26 years.
I think, honestly, just being that my grandma and my grandpa, they had been married.
Is this one of them fake beers?
My mom and her siblings, up until they moved to America, my grandma and my grandpa had been married. My grandpa stayed in Trinidad while my grandma moved up here, and that's when
it made a new life for everybody.
Correct.
And then he wanted to be on some bullshit. Okay.
Right. So my grandma stayed up here. He stayed in Trinidad, and he got remarried.
Well,
what?
While they were married?
No, they were divorced. They
Bring that back.
got divorced.
Sorry.
Okay. They got divorced when my grandma moved up here because he did not want to come up here.
Gotcha. Okay.
He later on got remarried, but my grandma still has his last name, Castro.
We taste it.
Mind you,
they Hispanic?
Trinidad, Venezuela, they were once the same
They were
country.
conquered. Okay.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So
I didn't know.
Racism.
Not racism.
One was black, one was like
colonialism.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
But anyways, his new wife also has his last name now. So I mean, technically, she is the new Mrs. Castro, but that does not take away from my grandmother also being Mrs. Castro, because my grandmother is not getting rid of that last name.
Right.
Nor do we care for her to, or think that it's appropriate to, even if new wife felt insecure or uncomfortable with her last name being Castro, because she is the first Mrs. Castro, and all of her children had that last name. I mean, aside from my mom, who got married and her last name has changed.
Her first last name was Castro.
Her first last name is Castro.
Right.
Right. So it's like it is an insecurity for someone to want that to be changed.
What?
It is.
yeah.
Because
You can't erase the past.
especially because in this scenario, the marriage had taken place for 26 years. I think that that's an unreasonable time for you to ask someone to change their last name, because their last name was their last name for 26 years during the marriage.
Right.
It's like, okay, that might be a personal preference if you don't want to be associated with that last name. But if you have kids that would also have that last name, I don't even see why it's necessary.
Can I point out one thing? Just in case everyone didn't hear it, Alan. Just in case everyone didn't hear it, she says socially she goes by her first name, like her maiden name.
This is the wife he divorced.
The first wife. Well, the second was her husband.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
socially she goes by her maiden name.
Yeah, but legally, her name is something. It was what she married.
So
into.
That's my problem.
Right. Why? Because I could see, for me, if I meet Rebecca Rothschild and I marry her, I might want to keep this chick's last name, because it's going to take me far being David Rothschild. You know what I'm saying?
There's a good sound to it.
No, there's a good sound, because there was David Rockefeller and not David Rothschild. So the point is, I could see, because this is what I'm saying about truth. There's a truth to everything. I'm keeping your last name because it's going to take me here by keeping it. It's going to get me in these doors, because my name, David Mundo, might not open that door, but David Rothschild's going to open these doors.
Dave.
So I'm going to hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm not with you no more, I'm not keeping your fucking last name. Like, that's not who I am anymore. Now I am back to me. And I'm going to reclaim my identity, and I'm going to move forward with my identity, not who you are, because that means I want to live in your shadows in the future.
Name doesn't take away from your identity.
Go ahead, Anna.
Because you were.
Let me hear the excuses. Come on. Bring the excuses.
Dave.
Bring the excuses.
No, my
Bring
thing
the
is like
excuses.
I hear your
David
point where you
Rothschild?
say that you want to
the
like
excuses.
that the whole like you're taking a name for someone else's for another reasoning. But like my thing is like I might have been willing to change my last name because I wanted to keep another identity, or I kind of wanted to go back to my past identity and my last name, but I'm not going to do it because someone comes up to me and tells me I'm insecure about this. I don't feel comfortable. It's like, listen, that is your insecurity. That is not my problem. It's you fix that in therapy, handle it with your new man, but like, don't come to me and tell me what I have to do.
Although I do agree with that entirely. You know, if you have somebody who is, if you have a new spouse telling the ex-spouse to change the last name, I do agree when it becomes a new versus ex-spouse and how that can look. But I personally believe, similar to Dave, once this relationship ended, once this marriage ended, within a decent amount of time, which could look different for different people, but you should want to reclaim your own identity and start off not living in somebody else's shadow, especially if you are already socializing, not identifying with that last name.
But in a case where you've been married to someone for 26 years and you've assumed this last name for 26 years, you going back to your maiden name isn't anything to reclaim. It's not like you're a different person when you're under your maiden last name. This is who you are and this is who you've been for the past 26 years.
Maybe reclaim wasn't the best word for you.
Yeah, maybe, but it's the same difference.
It wasn't, but even if he used another word, it would still have the same meaning.
So
I still understand.
Maybe just let go.
But here's the
I
issue.
still understand his point and what he's saying.
But the
and
issue
it's just,
is,
honestly, it just doesn't make sense to me.
well, let me explain this to you. If this person is married to whatever this gentleman's last name is, and takes the last name even after the divorce, and let's just say hypothetically this person was to do a monstrous crime, right? It could be.
This took a turn.
No, but I'm just saying what happens is the identity of that last name, right? You would not want to hold on to it because of the stigmas that it comes with. So you would go quick to go back to your maiden name.
But that's not what happened, though.
But what I'm saying is, the truth is, going back to what Dave is saying, is that there's an agenda on keeping the last name.
Right. There's an agenda there.
It's not that you want the last name. You're keeping it because there's something that's beneficial.
Something there
No,
beneficial.
wait. I just listen to the prompt. There's a technicality, and
Ooh,
I
technicality.
could agree with this in a way. Who the fuck wants to stand in line to do all this shit?
Same.
I was
Well, that would be another agenda. I don't want to waste time.
Hold on. No, because that's not the same thing as there being a benefit. There's no benefit to me keeping this name. Everyone knows me as Amanda whatever.
Smith.
So I think the easiest, least adversarial thing to do is for the guy to just take his new spouse's last name.
In this situation,
Problem solving 2.0.
What do you think, Ron? Because I haven't heard. What do you think?
I was going to claim ignorance on this. I didn't know this was a whole thing in the whole married community. So just from the outside, it sounds like he is jealous of the woman. Mm-hmm. I don't even know about the last names and all that nonsense, but it just sounds like he's a man with a man and is jealous that a man was with a woman. And it's being funny.
It's a power play.
Can I say
What's the
something?
perspective?
Well, the one that we were saying before.
Oh.
So the same perspective.
I know that they're a crazy family, but Bruce Jenner,
He's about being some
first
trouble.
of all, he's a whole
trans
now.
He talk like this with a fucking
And
titties.
Kris Jenner still has his last name.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Well, her last name was kind of a brand.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Benefit.
And even when she was still married to him,
As
she
a
was
him.
she was thinking about having her name back to Kardashian because it was branded better for her.
Two husbands
Until-
with good last names.
until her
not
daughters
bad.
took the
And
name.
exactly, and honestly, the only reason she didn't was because her daughters was like, "No, that's crazy. You're married. You need his last name." Like,
Nah, Kris Jenner sounds like a better manager.
She
True.
is definitely.
and because
Kris Kardashian, I don't wanna-
but you
Doesn't
know
sound
what?
that good.
Yeah.
But you know what? We all know her as Kris Jenner. So it's even all the shit she's been through with that sex change, that divorce or whatever. We know her as Kris Jenner. For her to go back to, I don't even know what the fuck her maiden name is.
Kardashian.
No, before that. Like,
Well, before she was Kardashian.
before she was Kardashian, I don't even know her last name. And it wouldn't even...
Give us a last name.
I think it was
wouldn't be
Chris
beneficial to her.
Demonic.
No, mine is so...
Kardashian.
You want it's
yeah.
Crystal Lake?
It was Chris Demonic. Because
Okay,
anybody
can-
that allows their kids to do what they do, and
I just want to point out a few things that like nobody has really covered. So when you get, mind you, they've been married 26 years. You have to think about
Long time.
what you, an average person, what you amass over the course of 26 years. You got kids. They got that last name. You got a pension. You have insurances, life, home, car. You have all of any legal documents under that name.
But this is what I'm saying, though. There's a reason. That's what I'm saying. There's an ulterior motive why you will keep something.
You won't just let me finish.
Okay, finish. I'm just saying.
So
Alice said I didn't talk enough. I'm just saying.
You have your Social Security card.
He did say that.
You have all of your bank accounts, your savings, your trusts, your what else? I mean, there's so many things.
Identity.
Everything important. I wouldn't have done
everything that the average person has, right? And you want them to go and change it? First
So basically,
of all,
don't keep what you had that you made you nothing. Keep everything that made you something.
But I bet you won't let me finish.
I bet you won't let her finish.
Okay.
That's a good bet.
So
FanDuel it.
The point is there's so many things involved, right? And it's not just time. It's a lot of money to get your name changed.
That was my
One,
question.
if it's not in your divorce decree, because I don't know if y'all remember the Tina Turner movie with Angela Bassett, like What's Love Got to Do with It?
Good movie.
Like that has to be in your divorce decree, like what happens with the name. If it's not in your decree, that means you have to go and like pay extra to have your shit changed.
Is this a lawyer talking?
Yeah, like
It's a lawyer talk. It's a lawyer talking.
So I'm just saying, like, unless you're willing to go, the things, if you want my name changed bad enough, my friend, you go do it.
I feel like
Baby, I will,
though.
baby. No, and that's fair, baby. I will give you.
That dude
I will
would've-
give you an affidavit. I will give you any and everything you need to go stand in these lines.
You do the footwork.
There's really, there's,
If I personally wanted to go back to my last name and subtract myself from his name, could I continue the same benefits?
What benefits?
You knowing the law better than probably I will.
But what benefits do you?
But whatever the benefits of keeping the same name, if I take my own name, can I continue having those accolades?
Oh yeah. No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I
You
just
can
wanna
still.
ask.
So if you're
Right.
entitled
So-
to if you are
just wanna know.
genuinely entitled to their benefits, to their
Right.
accounts, whatever.
It doesn't
name
matter if I
doesn't
go
matter.
back to my maiden name. I can still have all those accolades.
It'll
just a lot of
it'll be
bureaucratic
filed. Like it'll be filed that there has been a name change.
Right. So I could get every single thing that I was able to get with your last name with
Yes.
my last name now because I should subtract
If
myself
if it's
from
a
that.
legal thing,
Right.
yes. If it's a
Okay,
legal
no problem.
thing,
That's what I wanted to know.
Can
You know
I-
what? I rest my case, Your Honor.
Can I ask I want to ask a question.
I rest my
go
case.
through the
I rest my case. I'm
wanna-
good at this. I'm just good at this.
I want to ask a question based on this
good at all this damn talking, Dave.
just to the fellas. I want to ask.
Talking now.
I want to ask Rome, Rico,
I
and
don't think he said
Dave,
that.
all unmarried men.
I wish this day was here for like a long time.
No, Dave needs to be here. So I want to ask them. I know you guys are not married, but let me ask you guys a question. I'm being honest question. Rome, Rico,
I am married.
Dave. Listen to the question. Could you marry a woman who told you upfront that she will not take your last name?
yes.
Yeah, I can too. I can.
What does her last name have with it?
I don't want to marry a woman that her last name is super fragilistic.
No. You're not. No, her last name is she just has a regular last name.
Let's just say it's Smith.
Her last name,
That's
Smith.
so lame. Let's
she
just
she has a
Castro.
No.
yeah. I think Castro's a cute name.
What's the last name?
Blanco.
Okay, whatever.
I like
But
Griselda.
it's such an old school thing to like be like, you gotta
like
take
Griselda.
my
What's
last
your
name.
what's your last name?
Steinberg?
Ooh.
What is
Yeah.
it?
Are you Jewish?
No.
Yes, you are.
No,
it's in your
I'm
blood.
not.
You just don't
It's
know.
It look like
yeah,
there's
it's
a group of
if
people that
it's
escaped
anything,
to
it's
your
like
lands.
so
Okay, that's what
far,
it sounded
yeah.
like.
Wait,
But it's-
Steinberg.
All right, her last name
Swedish,
is
it's
Macaroni.
Stenberg.
Oh,
No, I don't want macaroni.
Yeah.
Wait,
no.
guy, wait, hold on.
I'm not gonna be called David Macaroni. That's
No,
shit sound
I'm sorry,
crazy.
no,
Macarena.
she's not asking
sound
you.
crazy, like-
Listen, she's not asking you to take on her last
To
name.
keep it.
She's saying to you,
I wanna
this is
keep
for the
mine.
fellas. This is
I
for
wanna
the
keep
fellas.
mine.
You're committed to this young lady. You're like, oh, she's working out. She's like, okay, we're gonna get married.
Rome said no. What's y'all's answer?
very.
I
going
personally,
to change my name for you.
I don't care about none of this.
That's beautiful.
I'm actually
Rome
not
doesn't even
shocked.
wanna be married.
Well, we're in the same page.
Rome doesn't care.
I get maybe it was
I didn't know it was that
outside
important.
something.
Like, what does that mean? We can't share shit because you don't
It
have my
doesn't
last
determine
name?
love. It doesn't.
You're legally married, but her last name is not Johnson.
Yeah, but why people really care about this?
I'm be
People
honest.
do.
It comes in
People do.
handy
Bro, you
sometimes.
just
Thank
heard
you.
26 years
like,
of caring about it.
Here's my thing.
You just heard that.
I'm not taking like unless, with the exception of Rothschild, Rockefeller.
You're not taking
that's
her last
my
name.
thing.
She's
No,
just
no,
telling
no.
you she's not
She
taking
doesn't want to take your last name
But
when
what
she
does that
marries
Okay,
you.
okay, let me finish.
You
Okay.
keep your last name. She keep
You got like a basic last
Jesus
name. I'm
Christ,
just
let me
saying.
finish.
What's your last name?
Let me.
I don't want to say for the camera.
Yeah, I got you. But let me finish, right? With the exception of her last name being Rothschild, Rockefeller, or anything of substantial value or legacy,
Houghton.
and she doesn't want to change it, I would not do it, right? Because if you come from Perth Amboy, New Jersey, and your last name is Castro, and all the Castros in Perth Amboy have never amounted to anything, and you're holding on to this name, not even hyphenated, right? By the way, it's not even hyphenated. It's just zero. Like you just keeping Castro. So like there is no benefit to your last name, but yet you don't want to take my last name. First of all, that tells me what you think about me and what I've acquired or done in my life, right? But so what I'm saying is, if you're not gonna even hyphenate my name, I don't even want you. Because you know what the crazy
What
thing
if
is?
Castro just sounds better? It doesn't even have to have no
Bruh.
benefit.
My name damn near is the American
Fucking
version of
sounds
it's
better
the American
than what the fuck
pronunciation
you
of
got.
Castro, right?
It's not.
But he said, "What are you keeping?"
Well, yeah, like what are you keeping?
Something that sounds better.
What is your last name? Is Chupacabra.
You're like, does mine? Must not. But I'm just saying, you're asking me, right? Like, if your last name has more value than my last name, right? Let's say you can't come from a good stock. I can understand and I can respect it.
Not a stock.
Right.
But if your last name has no association with success, wealth, or just some type of expectation that has been set from
The Gregs.
from generation to generation, and you just like, what the fuck? So you just don't
The Medicis.
No, but
Rome, tell me what you think.
like.
Tell me
What are
tell
you
me
like?
you
What is
think.
that saying about me and my last name? Like, what is
Disrespectful.
Oh, you feel
Aaron, it's
disrespected? if
that?
they
We
don't
ain't
think you-
shit either. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, bro. But what I'm saying, if a woman is showing you the utmost respect, she's showing you love, you have no reason to even question her authenticity. And yeah, just question her authenticity. And then when you get married, she says, I want to keep my last name.
Yeah.
I hear where you're coming from. Like, why would you have to worry about it?
It's a
But
lack of
wait,
respect.
we
So
are
now you have
living
kids.
We are in
So look,
it's a
2024.
lack of
Hold
respect.
on. Can I just say something right now? What the fuck?
Ain't that what you saying though, Rome?
Is that my dog?
Me?
Rome
What
just
are you
don't
saying?
care.
Like
That's
you
the
say you
thing.
don't. But that's what I'm saying. Like
No,
why are you
but
questioning? You don't
also-
care.
Because like, all right, wait, hold on. Amanda,
Guys,
hold on.
guys, one at a time,
Before
please.
we get to there, right? And I'm not saying this in a shady way, but Rome and Dave, I highly doubt that the odds of you two both procreating in the next rest of your lifetime is going to be slimmer than somebody.
I'm not procreating no more.
All right.
That's it's a wrap.
So then
But he's
somebody-
already procreated.
So look, it's going to be slimmer than
Oh,
somebody
okay.
who is 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Now let's say you have kids, right? Now you didn't take my last name and I didn't take your last name. Now we have children and these children are going to have a last name.
Oh, you're talking about legacy.
So now it's like maybe she might
I don't
want the
care.
kid to say, I don't want the hyphenated name
name
because if
that.
I wanted
Wait.
my kid to have a hyphenated name, I would have took a hyphenated name, right? I want my kid to have my last name, and now you run into an issue where it becomes the truth about whose last name is valued more, and at the end of the day, when you want to have some type of like synchronicity as a family,
Okay.
you feel what I'm saying?
You know, hold on.
Let me finish.
I bet
just
you
got-
can
I
he
just
spell
got-
that? Can
I
he
just
spell
got
that?
to praise. I just got to praise. I just got to praise.
Stop
Right?
it.
Go ahead,
Don't
Amanda.
do that.
Amanda,
You
go
want to
ahead.
keep your last name. All right,
of all,
cut.
What time period are we living in
That
when
part.
we're talking about
The Middle Ages.
the
Oh no,
the
they
last names
Well, we
being
going back.
valued?
Yeah, no, we going
The
back.
last
So
name's
it's
being
But
actually
Aaron,
appropriate.
But wait a minute, Amanda. But if my last name was Carter, you would be like, okay.
She don't know who
Why?
Carter is.
Not if it's referred to New Jack
First
City,
of
the
all,
Carter.
Nah, because
No,
Let's take
me,
Carter out. Let's take Kardashian.
Me, someone that is, I'm 27 years old. I'm from New
Let
York.
them know,
I don't
girl.
give a fuck. Who the fuck is Carter?
Right.
What are we talking
That's what.
about?
Is it Jimmy Carter or is it Sean Carter?
Yeah.
Like which
First
one is it?
generation born. She don't even count. Like
No, Sean Carter's nephew wants to marry you.
But do you know how common
Who
the
cares? He might not
last
be a
name
rapper.
Carter is?
all right, Kardashian.
That does not.
Kardashian.
First of
Rob
all,
Kardashian. 'Cause this
In
is the point.
in California, in LA, that's a common name because there's so many Persians
Who, Kardashian?
there. Yeah, there's so many.
Is it?
There's a huge Persian
Okay.
community.
Let's go with Rothschild, okay? If I got to keep climbing the ladder for us to understand, the Philip D. Rothschild wants to marry you. Are you keeping Castro?
I don't know,
First
like
of all-
who gonna stand in all them lines?
We still waiting for the answer.
The
of all-
thing is like,
Wait, I can't, hold on. Guys, what
She don't probably even know who the Rothschilds
I
is.
actually have personal
I don't.
experience.
See,
I
she don't know who
I mean,
the Rothschild
And
is.
that's
No.
what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about y'all talking about last names as if they have any fucking meaning.
they do,
Because-
Amanda.
no,
They
hold
do.
on. No, because he's talking about Carter as if I'm in direct alignment with fucking
Jimmy Carter.
fucking Jay-Z. No, the fuck I'm not. Just because your last name is Carter does not mean I'm in
No,
any
if you're
relationship.
dating Jay-Z's nephew, who's the
what we're
same
saying.
age, he's 27 also, 28, and he's gonna marry you. He's like, you're gonna
But
take my
what she's
last
saying
name.
is that there's 38 gazillion other Carters. It's a fucking
That's
Smith.
No,
We're
that's
saying
that's what
you
I'm
have a
talking
direct
about.
correlation to the person who has built the reputation
That's
of
an
that last name.
anomaly.
Guys,
That is.
Guys, can allow me to speak simply because I think I have personal experience with a last name and it actually meaning something. So,
And do.
right. So I was fine with taking my husband's last name. Didn't make no difference to me at all. However, when I married, I owned shit. I had things. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of money to go ahead and change these things. So I was like, hey, when I had the time, I was like, hey, let's go ahead and like get our certificate so that I can start changing, like my stuff. And I have more now, but like I had a little less then. Because back then they didn't want me, but now I'm hot. That's what I was about to say. So
I don't understand what you mean. No, go back. For like 3 seconds. They didn't want you. Like what are you
Alan
talking
got it, but what I'm
about?
saying
That's
is
not fair. The people didn't get it. I didn't get it.
there's a good amount of them that did get it. But what I'm saying is that thank you. Who?
Mike Jones.
Who? Thank you. Exactly.
You know the number though? What's the number?
She don't know it.
There's no way.
Of course I know.
You know the number?
no
Go
way
ahead.
you
What's
know
the
the
number?
281-330-8004.
All right, you two, we gotta
shit.
get back to the topic because y'all be, all right, we back.
Like, why wouldn't I know it? Like, literally.
Okay, all right, come on.
Okay, long story short, what I'm saying is, sorry, but long story short, what I'm saying is that at the time I did try to change it, but then once we got married and so many things, like big things happened after we got married, it wasn't even important. And even to this day, my husband don't trip. When he comes in the house, he be like, Aaron Campbell. Like, he called me by my first and my last name. It's not a big deal, but I also think that he understands the weight and the expectations and just everything that comes with that last name. And I actually sort of feel the same way. When my father-in-law died, I was actually happy that I didn't have the last name and people couldn't seek me out to talk to me or like.
But which
ask,
last name is this? Campbell or
my husband's last name?
So you
We're
don't
not
have
gonna
his last
mention.
name?
No. Well, socially, yes. But like, I mean, like, you
But
know,
on paper, it's not his last
like
name.
legally, no.
Nah, you go around and you tell people his last name.
Aaron T. Campbell.
Which
Yeah.
Okay.
now
I just wanted to understand.
And now
I'm
I'm
too good
thinking
for
about
this
it
shit.
Campbell
from
was her daddy name.
I'm thinking about it from
Right.
And I'm not mad at you for that.
Let's just say which fact I am in the process of changing my last name, right?
To Rothschild?
No.
His last name's some crazy shit.
I just
Well, it's not even. It's not even want to. I've already did the documentation and I paid for 50% of it,
I think
right?
we talked about it before.
So, simply because I know what I'm going to be doing and whatnot. Now, if let's just say I was to marry somebody, and I'm not saying this is your situation, I'm just speaking in general. Now, looking at it from another perspective, if I'm going to marry somebody and they didn't want to take the last name, I would almost feel a bit relieved, because if the last name has a certain expectation and weight, you can't tarnish it. Because there's a lot of people that you bring into your legacy, and they can tarnish your last name with one wrong move. They could tarnish your last name with just some type of behavior that is now public, and now next thing you know, your last name is associated with X, Y, and Z.
Heron.
Think about, like, no offense, and I don't know the situation, but I do know that, like, Magic Johnson, for example, and his child. Now, if that wasn't his child that was doing something that he didn't agree with,
close to his child.
But his name is Johnson.
No. I get it. No, I'm just saying.
I feel like his last name was Hitler.
I'm saying, for example,
Great example.
let's say if you married somebody who did something that you did not stand in a line with, and now they're saying, I'm going to do what I believe in, right, wrong, or indifferent.
Like the Jolie, like Brad Pitt. I think Brad Pitt kids. One of the kids changed their name because they didn't want to be like associated with whatever.
And this is not even being shady. I'm not even being shady, but like if your last name right now is Combs.
Yeah, like for example, now
I'm rich, bitch.
But I'm not saying I'm not saying from
behind him, so
but I'm not speaking from the kids aspect. I'm speaking from you're married in.
Yeah.
It's different. Like
you don't have a choice when you're a kid.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you know what I'm saying, there's actual blood relation to you.
Yeah.
Now this is somebody like that you either chose or they chose you, whatever the case may be. It can actually be more so of they got their own last name. Cause if they do fuck up, at least they ain't fucking up my name. Cause at the end of the day, your name is really the only thing that you got.
Your name is Anna Combs.
A name is a brand.
I would take it.
You know what I'm saying?
Can I say one thing? One of my my best friend from college, he and his wife, I'm their kid's godparent. They created a very successful business. They sold it recently for a lot of money. And she still goes by her, like legally, she goes by his last name, but socially she goes by the name that she established before they got married. And I understand why she does it. And it's not that she doesn't respect him, because he's a part of the business too, crucial part of everything. But
she's the head.
No. I'm just saying she didn't change because she had already established herself as like.
But who started the business? It's her business.
I mean, really, they started it together. But the thing is that she had already made a name for herself in that space, or just as a lawyer in general. And so because of that, it doesn't make sense for her to like change her name. Like everyone knows her as XY. So why would you change it to XZ? Nobody knows you as XZ. Who is XZ? Who is Z? You know what I mean? People who know you personally will know that, but like when they're doing articles about you, why would they why would they like your name is this, in the last 15 years this has been your trajectory and this has been your career, like why?
But I have a question for Erin.
But that was my point, especially when you were married to someone for 26 years.
Man, give me your name for 1 year. Give me your name for 1 year. Don't expect that bitch back.
No, but it's not that.
No, at all.
Amanda, if you were to marry someone, right, and you got married, you were having a child.
Me too, Rico.
Man, because I've heard of this. A friend of mine came to me and was like, yo, we having a baby. Shorty talking about, unless I marry her, the baby not gonna have my last name.
What? Yo.
And if you want to keep your last name, you gonna say the same shit.
I mean, that's your fault for making a baby with an ignorant ass person. So I'm just,
which is true. Now, like,
ignorance is running very amok.
Oh yeah.
Now, a question for you personally. Mm-hmm. So you have a separate last name legally.
No, it feels great.
Rico is hot.
Mm-hmm, Rico is hot.
I don't think so.
Aaron too. Rico, Aaron, Dave.
Let's get to the last prompt.
Well, go
ahead. Let Rico say what he was going to say.
I was going to ask you personally so obviously you have your own last name. You kept your last name, your maiden name, despite you marrying, right? So now you both have two separate last names. If you were to have a child today, are you guys have like?
The kid could have my husband's last name. I have no issue with that.
Okay.
Like his last name could be Zero. Like I really.
Okay, I was just asking, I
Like,
was curious. Yeah,
I
yeah.
literally don't care. The last name what's your last name?
Johnson.
It could be Johnson. I mean, I don't. No,
That's a common last name.
it's
What's
too
wrong?
common.
That's-
But I'm.
I don't know. I think of Johnson. I think of vaccines. Johnson & Johnson. Okay.
Me too.
No.
I was about to say
Like,
they fucked people
like-
over.
Sorry. I'm just saying, like to me, it doesn't matter.
Cold?
It. It's fine. To me, it doesn't
Oh, your nipples hard?
matter.
Like you're right.
My, how times just change, like the seasons.
Be a man, Alan. So what's a little cold in here?
Alan did apologize, so I'll apologize. I'm sorry, it's just a
Are
little
you
stuffy.
alright?
I need a little bit of air.
All right, so you guys know, and I found this to be very interesting, right? I saw this, and I felt maybe nostalgic about it, and maybe not nostalgic. Mariah the Scientist was on tour. She's on the road, and she has all these days she's on the road with Lotto. But try to see the perspective where I'm coming from, right?
I don't.
She gets off a tour because her husband or her boyfriend, Young Thug, comes home
From jail.
from
Just
jail.
boyfriend.
And she says that she cancels the rest of her tour dates to be with him. And it kind of had me thinking about women and putting their careers first or putting a relationship first. That's what I got from it.
Hold on, can we be correct?
Mm-hmm.
She's back on the tour. And it's not her tour, it was Lotto's tour.
It's
She was
Lotto's tour, yeah.
She's an opening performer.
So she's an addition
She's an addition, and she
and an opener.
she stopped the tour for a couple of days, but she's back on there now
Wait, so how long was she off? I
for
guess.
about like 3-4 shows.
Out of
Oh,
So
But
this
it
thing is a
could
check.
easily equate to about
you're right. You're
well,
right.
depends how many shows completely.
500,000, maybe
Yeah.
more, depending if she's getting 100.
The fact
a show.
that I don't know her name.
That's true.
And neither does Dave.
Yeah, I don't know
also
who
didn't
Maybe
know
that
not
song.
500,000.
Who is that?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying she was easily probably getting at least.
Dave is a club guy.
Let's just say
10,000.
50,000.
Nah, I don't. Could be.
Dave, come on.
No, it
Oh,
depends.
bids.
I'm
It
not
depends.
gonna lie, she is actually a big part of the show. I'm not like usual openers do like 2-3 songs. She did a whole set.
Like a
And
whole concert? Like
She
30,
honestly,
45
I've,
minutes?
Yeah.
I've actually been to one of her concerts, and her opening for Lotto was a whole fucking set.
Is she a
it
singer or a
good?
rapper?
No, she's a singer.
Was it good?
It was good.
Okay.
It was great.
Okay.
Actually,
She's
an R&B singer? Is she a rapper?
Her first album was really good.
R&B.
I didn't
Okay.
listen to the second.
R&B,
Sorry.
and she was on there for about 35 to 40 minutes.
So wait,
So-
Jesus.
the
So
question-
your question is what? That
Yeah.
that her sacrificing those
Well,
dates?
I
That's
feel
about a
like,
quarter.
I feel
Let's just say
like
a $250,000 she just lost.
it's not even about the
50,000
money.
a show,
It's not the
4
money
shows.
part that
Well,
I'm
then-
talking about.
well,
I'm talking
Rico-
about the priority
guys,
part.
one voice, please.
I'm not even talking about the money part. I'm talking about the priority part. Some people like I think priority making your relationship your priority has become a lost art.
okay. I don't
Like
agree
making
with that.
your relationship
Go
your
ahead.
priority.
No,
Go
I don't
ahead.
agree. Well, I mean, so every time it's rare, but like if I do fall in love with someone or I have like a very big crush on someone, I have been so happy to call out of work. Like I am not going to the gym. I'm not going to do my regular like daytime routines and structure because I want to be home with this man.
It's my man.
Yeah. So like I don't, and it can be. I mean, it doesn't have to be like my actual man, but like the man I want to be with at that time.
Today.
Yeah, today. So I don't know. I mean, I probably wouldn't have missed out on $500,000. Probably, maybe. Actually, I probably would have if I had that money coming in.
What?
Yeah. No, when you're in love, you do some crazy shit.
When you're in love, you do
yeah,
some crazy
right.
shit.
Well,
But being in
hold
love
on.
and being
My bills
foolish
don't
is
stop.
two
I want my
different
money.
things.
Well,
Is it?
All right,
You guys see that?
Let's go back. Let's rewind.
I just want to say something before we close out.
It's good.
To YouTube and whoever's watching this and all the audience that's watching, not to whoever, but the
That's
audience.
Get
We just
away
want
from
to tell you that, if you spending Thanksgiving alone and you watching this, hopefully we become part of your family. We become part of your team. We become part of the people that you enjoy. I hope you enjoy everything that we're saying. It's coming from a real authentic place. As a producer sitting here, I get what they do all day, like just sitting here talking to y'all. And I hope you guys really understand there's a lot of cap and fake. No, it's true. There's a lot of people that are not authentic. So just know the people that are on here are real and they love the audience. Just wanted to say that.
And I want to say though, I look forward.
Wait, was that the closeout? Because
We never even answered the question.
that's why I'm so confused.
No, be confused
So what's the
because
answer?
it's been very confusing.
What's the?
I was like,
All right,
confused.
So Erin, is prioritizing your relationship over your career something?
no, give me a specific question. Don't be asking me.
Back at her neck.
Oh no, it's the fake beer with the wine, like, and I got the GERD.
We could have edited that. I was gonna do a good closing too.
That's for
Gert?
me. That's for me.
I don't even have it.
No, that's
need
for
to
I
fucking
haven't
us.
heard that word.
We
in-
don't
Okay,
give a
wait.
fuck. They're
Is
not
that
like us.
is that holla?
We going on 4 hours now.
Oh, okay. All right, guys.
So
let's
is
just
prioritizing.
10 minutes. Let's
Yeah.
go. 'Cause
Let's
I know,
wrap up in 10 minutes, guys.
and let
go.
I just have one thing.
Why
It's
are we gonna
their
show
fault.
running
Who had
today?
anything to
Oh
say?
no, y'all are
Did
drinking.
anyone
Y'all are
have
drinking
anything to say?
heavily too. I'm
I don't
enjoying
know what
this.
you're talking about.
I'm enjoying this red wine.
I just
It's
wanted
not
to
even
say
at least for
about
me.
the whole
The red
Mariah situation.
Right.
I would have done the same exact thing.
good for you.
What is that?
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I would have.
My man just got out of jail after how long? A year of being locked up. I'm
Jail.
leaving.
Amanda
And
likes
first of
scammers.
all, I'm only an opening act. This is not my fucking shit. This is not my shit.
And
This is not.
35-minute opening act.
You're right. She did play a huge part, which is why a lot of people were disappointed in the days to come when she was not there, because she did make up a lot of the tour. I'm not gonna lie, she did.
Who filled in for her?
No one, and that's why a lot of people had a lot to complain about.
They couldn't pull nobody in.
I don't know. I don't even know why. She
I
could have
would've
had
made-
anybody come in, but I guess they didn't do it.
I feel like the man should have came from jail to her.
Thank you.
Right.
But you know, there's a lot of
He wasn't
restrictions
allowed
to
on
leave
men
his-
coming
Yeah,
out.
Oh,
So he's
okay,
on
okay.
federal supervision, so he can't leave unless it's business.
Oh, okay.
So she had to go to
He
him.
need to be away. He needs to move to Alaska, and
Can't.
he just
And I'm telling you,
he
the day that
needs to be out of Georgia.
No,
that-
he needs to be out of Atlanta.
No, he needs to be out of
He
Georgia.
can't be in Atlanta.
Yeah,
He
but
needs to be out of Georgia.
Atlanta's not
He
Georgia.
should move
Atlanta,
to Jersey.
Georgia.
no, he
Yes.
can't be in the metro,
He should move to
the
Jersey.
metro
you
Atlanta
can't.
area.
First of all, you can't just move. You have to get approved to even leave.
I feel a little different for that because if I'm working hard towards my career
Thank you.
to get to a point where I need to be, and then you decide to do some ignorant shit that's gonna incarcerate you, you're not gonna subtract from my life.
It's a you problem.
Right. So if you come
out
out,
in Target.
you're welcome to join me, and life is good for you now that you're out, because probably all the shit I've been doing while you was incarcerated probably helped in your commissary and your lawyer fee. I'm gonna help in all that. So when you come out, I'm not stopping none of that. Let me move forward. Let me finish my tour, and once the tour is over, we could go on vacation. But I'm gonna have all this extra money
he
to go
probably
away.
cannot.
It doesn't
He
work
probably
that way.
No.
cannot.
Like, I don't
Listen,
know
I
why
know
I
about
think it works that.
I know about this. You can ask for permission. You can write letters to your parole officer, and you could tell them, "Hey, I'm gonna do A, B, and C." If they don't feel like it's a threat, they will accommodate. They
Listen,
will. They will.
Honestly,
The
but
point
he
is-
needs to get away from
Right.
that.
I'm not
state.
compromising
I'm just
my
saying.
career that I work hard for because you did some incompetent, stupid shit, and I have to put my shit on pause. I'm not just doing that.
Well, you
I'm
know
just
what?
not
Hold
doing
on.
that.
What I
I'm not
will
doing
say,
it.
what I'm just trying to say, what the fuck was I trying to say?
You don't remember?
Can I finish my
She said,
thought?
I'm saying what I'm saying, but I don't know what I'm saying because I've been drinking.
Oh my god.
What I was
Well,
saying.
When you love your
I've
man,
been
you love your
drinking.
man. Or
Yeah,
your
when you
woman,
love
and
your
you
man,
just want to go see
first
them.
of all, you just want to go see that man. He was locked up for over a year.
Well, the
And
concert's only
I
3
just
hours.
wanna-
Time out.
And I just want to go see him. And first of all, and I'm not gonna lie, I am a very big
The concert's 3 hours.
Mariah the Scientist fan.
Who is that?
But I'm exactly.
She's actually dope.
Who is that?
She is a very
She's
dope
dope.
artist,
She's
but
dope.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
not saying
lie
she's
when
not.
people only know her because she is
With
A
Young
Lotto's
Thug.
tour.
No, with
no,
Young
because
Thug.
she's Young Thug's girlfriend.
Even worse.
I knew
But
her
okay.
No,
before.
but no. That's the point.
Exactly. So you're saying that
No, I knew her
like,
before
oh,
that.
I'm not gonna let this nigga stop me from making my money, blah blah blah. He's probably the reason you're halfway where
Well,
you're
but
at
I don't
in
care
the
if it was
first
Jay-Z and
place.
Beyonce. Continue your path.
And I
because
would
the
have
concert's
felt,
only 3 hours.
Honestly, I would have felt that same way if she was off the tour for good. She took off a couple days to go see him because they just let him out, which is understandable. She didn't even know. She
Wait,
found out.
how many days? How many days?
I'm gonna say 3 to 4. 3 to 4 days
3 to 4 shows.
shows.
Wait, so how many days is that? I guess that's
don't
what
know.
I don't know.
So
3
I-
or 4 shows, like 3 or 4
But
days.
let's say
What
a
do you mean?
week. Let's say a week.
Well, no, it could be a day because
Right,
sometimes they do 2 shows a day.
Right, so I'm asking.
Right,
So
that's
I
right.
don't really know. That's what
Let's
I'm
say
asking.
How
a
long he
week.
was locked up?
Say,
Couple years.
over Yeah, maybe 2 years.
I mean,
Or
the
close
motherfucker
to.
could have waited
Or
like,
close to 2
another
years.
week.
I'm
Like,
saying
what?
over a
Like,
year because I don't
hello?
know if it's been 2 years.
But the thing is,
but close to 2 years.
the thing is, I think the difference is that specifically in this situation is that Young Thug did contribute to her success.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So because he is a good portion, I won't say he is the majority portion, but because he has a good portion in her success, then she also is going to feel some type of
Obligation
to see him. It'll be different if she built her whole, career on her own, separate of, and then.
But Rico, if I'm Young Thug, I'm gonna say, baby, do what you gotta
your
do.
bread.
Right. Don't do what you gotta do. Make it happen. I'm gonna be here. I'm out now. We good.
No, guys,
We
I'll be
good.
honest. Like my
We good.
husband, if it was my husband, he'd be like, get your money.
2 years
Yeah.
with no pussy.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I spent
That's
2 years
one
with no
day,
pussy.
Alan.
Wait, can I
No,
jump
what
back
are you
in?
talking
about?
I'm jumping back
No,
in.
no.
The concert's
Young
only.
Thug will
I spent
pay
2
you.
years with no
Guys.
pussy.
Yeah, but the
Young Thug
concert's only 3-4
I ain't got no
hours. I
pussy
could
in
get
two-
pussy
I
under
ain't got
6
no
hours.
pussy in
Wait,
2
hold
years.
on.
No.
Hold on, Erin.
Y'all
You
not
done?
thinking about what's actually
No.
happening.
Go ahead.
Erin, you
2
go
years.
ahead.
2
Erin,
years.
you done?
No
Go
pussy.
ahead. Go ahead.
You might need more.
Also, I
Yeah,
want to
thanks.
say,
You do
I
too.
want to say
You might need
that
more, too.
yes, he did.
I definitely
have
need
a
more with
huge-
this bullshit.
He did make up a lot of her fan base.
You watching us?
Dave, shut up for me for just 5 minutes, okay?
It's terrible, right?
Just keep your thoughts.
I'm just saying it's terrible.
Friendsgiving.
No, this is my girl.
Did make up.
Yes,
It's
he
them
did.
too.
He did make up some of her fan base. I just want to say that. But I
85%.
also do want to say that is not the reason. If I was her, that I would be leaving. I would not be leaving the tour because, oh yeah, this man did so much for me, so I owe it to him to. No. First of all, Mariah she had her own tour. First of all, she's an opener for Lotto, but she had her own tour. I personally went to her concert earlier on in the year. She had her own fucking tour, and throughout her whole tour, throughout her whole promotion of herself, it's always free thug. Like she promotes that, this is her man, blah blah. Like it would be crazy for any of her fans to think that as soon as that man went free, that she wasn't gonna go see him. Like I don't know why any.
Do you think it was the aesthetics? I mean, not the aesthetics, the optics.
I don't even think it's she's in love with that man. Like that's not something so hard to believe. If you are in a relationship with someone and in the honeymoon phase of your relationship, that person got locked up, and now for majority of your relationship, you've had to continue a relationship with this person behind bars. Are you not going to run to them as soon as they become free? I'm not saying I've never been in this situation.
While you're in the middle of your career.
Yeah. But you got to remember, he didn't stop it. And I won't say that he would have did this or he did do this, but knowing the type of person that he is, he'll be like, whatever you were getting paid, I'll pay you it. Come home for a couple of days.
Hey, you know him? You know what type of person he is?
First of all,
I have met Young Thug. Young Thug has been
more.
He actually helped me a lot in my life.
I would probably have more of an opinion
Yes.
Okay.
if it was her own tour that she stopped to go, see him and have disappointed fans for a couple of shows. But she was an opener for Lotto. Lotto could have replaced her and did something along the lines,
guys,
or whatever.
Let's be real. Like,
That wasn't being real.
why would I imagine they have in between dates. Like you have a date in, let's say you have a date in Jersey, and then you have a date in Connecticut. You probably have 3 days in between so that people can rest. Because you gotta think about it. If you're a singer, you're not singing every fucking day. You actually have to rest your voice. You have to have time with your vocal coach. All these are things. You don't have a tour every other day. So it's like, if you have 4 tour dates that you plan to take off, why would you not just go back to wherever the hell he is, and then just hang out with him, rest your voice, have your vocal coach, do everything there, and then just come back to the tour. I just don't understand, what does totally removing yourself from the tour do for you or for him?
And
But
you're
she
right,
didn't,
because they
though.
usually do, let's say they'll do Washington.
Yeah.
They might do New York,
There's
Philadelphia, and
spaces.
Connecticut,
Yeah.
and then they'll have a
He's
day or 2
looking it
off,
up.
and then they go to a totally different location. So that's what happens on tours. I know this for a fact.
I'm just
But she
saying.
didn't.
I
Totally
agree with
remove
Erin.
herself.
I just don't understand. Like, to be honest, and I'm speaking from the way I know my husband. My husband will be like, you need to go do what you need to do.
All right, she missed one show.
Did she miss one show? He looked
It
it up.
says-
He looked it up.
So we're talking about a bunch
Mariah
of
the
nothing.
Scientist
That's a lie.
missed one show to be
That's
with
a
Young
lie
Thug.
because I was.
She sat with
Canceling
her.
her-
She
I
was
called
in
her.
New York.
She called her.
No, hold on.
You gotta
She did it
imagine that
because I
private jet
followed it.
people, they could take private
day-
That's
planes.
Mariah the Scientist, and this is Amanda the
I mean,
Engineer.
this is from AI. I don't know if it's
because
necessarily right. It
Young
just says-
Thug got out the same
She
day
missed
that
way
I
more
went
than
to the
one
Lotto
tour.
concert.
She made way more. than one.
After Mariah opened
The
up for
Thug?
Lotto,
Are you crazy?
One show.
she went
Guys.
to Atlanta the
Guys.
same day. She did her set and she
It was
left.
here. So
In
she
New
was
York.
here, and then she went to Atlanta.
Mariah
she
was like,
went-
Amanda, you might be doing it at the table. I took off 2 shows, okay? Just in case they talk that
No,
shit.
but on,
Dave.
no, but on TikTok, the dates following, everybody kept complaining about how they paid their money.
Maybe
to
it was
see
for that one show.
It wasn't
Okay,
just
no.
one show.
She left, so she was at a show.
That's
or
what she's
She
saying.
left one show and missed one show.
Okay,
So
so
it's
2.5
2 shows.
One and a
So
half
2 shows.
Yeah,
One
so
and a
she
half
left
shows.
one in Cincinnati.
So 2 shows. That's
Yeah,
just,
so she left that one, and then obviously we'll go with the
So it's
one
2
show.
shows.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say she missed.
honestly,
like 2 shows.
I think regardless of what she missed out on, I think the whole point is, does it make sense for her to have done that?
Or jeopardize her career by doing that.
Right.
Because you don't know if
does
she
that mean
jeopardized it.
jeopardizing
No,
her
just
career?
listen, because
I think so.
she is whoever the first person, whatever they call him.
Opening act.
Yeah, she's the opener for someone who could replace her.
Like
You know
said,
what? She may be
Lotto
like,
could put anybody.
She could have put it.
I don't know.
But what
y'all
if
just,
like-
I bet you won't just let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying.
But this is what we've been doing.
I bet you won't just let me
We've been
finish.
conversing.
I know you want to
conversing.
Yeah, I don't like when people talk over me. So I just think that let's just say Lotto was like, yo, you're an integral piece of my show. And like for you to just be in and out doesn't make sense for me. We're cool, we're friends, we're X, Y, and Z, we're colleagues, but this like business wise, this doesn't make sense for me. So I'm gonna thank you, but you're not welcome back.
I was going to say that.
And
Agreed.
she could be like, "Hey, Glow," and you know, Glow from the M. She like, "Shit,
Glow is not
pull
opening
up.
up for nobody.
You crazy?
What
Glow
glow?
ain't
You
opening
crazy.
up. She's the biggest star in Lotto.
You crazy?"
She's the biggest star in Lotto.
First of all, we're not talking about that, so it doesn't even matter.
Well, Erin,
but
I
she's
agree
not
with what
gonna
you're
go
saying.
from an
What
opening
if
act.
Lotto would have
It
said,
could-
She's
take
the
off
main
one
event.
day?
No, but you have to think. But you have to think about it. Like, okay, now it could be a double header show. Like, I'm just saying, it could. Think about it. Oh, we had first of all 3 of us. Some of us don't even know who she is. So think about it. Now you got Glow and Lotto. So now you got 2 big stars. So now your show is even bigger.
Yeah,
you know
but
what
I
I'm saying?
think it's like Glow's opening up for Lotto. That's not look.
She was a
Guy.
Well, Erin, I agree with what you're saying because for me, I know what you're saying. It's like if I'm gonna pick you to be my opener and you're gonna take off,
Thank you.
You have the right to say, hey, if you don't find this important, like I find it important,
Thank you.
I don't need you. If you think your man coming out of jail is more important than my career, fuck you and kiss my ass and find somebody else that's gonna put you on their fucking
But
tour.
can I
How
But
you like
wait,
that?
wait,
No, I
wait. No,
I agree.
wait.
I agree to that.
This is based on what you said.
Dave was mean about it, but like I agree.
No,
But
wait
can
a
I
minute.
just
This
say
is based on
something?
real about it.
Real quick,
For
Keep it
these
real
2
about it.
artists
No.
who are also my age, and I know that they are friends, and
But
I
I know
know
them.
how they are about their relationships because Lotto is not even going to say that to Mariah. I'm sure Lotto.
Damn, everybody's in the
I'm
backstage?
Sure, and hold
No.
on, I'm pretty sure Lotto encouraged Mariah to go and get her man.
No, that's not what. But
Maybe.
Amanda, that's
You
that's the
always-
thing that you said that you're not seeing.
5 heartbeats.
That's something that
no,
you said that
no.
you're not seeing. Try to listen to this real quick. What I'm trying to say real quick is what people are not seeing is that, and I'm not saying that I'm right.
I'm saying I'm right.
But what I'm saying is,
what y'all talking
Mariah
about.
may be just as big as draw as Lotto for the concert. more people are probably coming to see Mariah than they're coming to see Lotto.
Possible.
Doubt it.
The way
It's
you
possible.
said it
Bro,
is.
no.
She faced a lot of backlash.
You know how many
It's
people
possible.
have
It
gone on
It's
roads
possible.
There was
as
a lot
openers,
of
and
complaints.
the only
even
reason
more
you're
there.
going on there is to
Even
see the
more.
opener.
Okay, all right.
But
Okay,
even more
Have to
Right
choose.
now,
Let him know
he
who has
is
to choose.
a jailbird.
No, he's not.
Take off the gloves.
So when
He
you
is a jailbird.
when you have to choose
Jailbird.
between a
Jailbird.
upcoming rising
Jailbird.
Lotto versus a solidified controller in hip hop, which is Young
He's not
Thug.
He's not a controller.
They're
of
not
hip-hop.
on.
Young Thug is not a controller of
rap
hip hop.
Aaron,
Young Thug is
Young
one of
Thug
the
and Mariah
biggest-
decide to go on tour together. There's no seats that's gonna be.
No.
left.
Young
Lotto
Thug-
would never be able to sell what Young Thug
and
sells.
Mariah.
We're
signed
not
to go on
having that
tour
conversation
together.
though. That's
But
not the
you're going
conversation we
to-
happen.
You're proving
going
my
to-
point.
you're going to
literally
prioritize
proving my
whoever
point.
is-
No,
So if
we're
that's
extracting
one at a
Young
time.
Thug.
Right.
Young Thug has
Great.
nothing
I
to
thought
do
you
with
were
his
producing
capacity
over
of what he could
Wait.
do.
What do you think he's doing with Mariah?
I thought this was about love.
He
if
might
you
be
do,
helping her.
Hello.
Okay, so look, so
Yeah.
he's been helping her.
This
All right,
is
let's
about
get back
love
to the
for me.
relationship aspect.
It was
No,
about love.
Because my point is, I don't care how much money I'm getting paid to open up for anybody. If my man is out after I've been dating him behind bars for how many fucking years, I'm fucking leaving. And I'm going to see my fucking man. And that's it. Period. Done.
Okay.
And then if she fucks up, that people say
But how long
we
have
don't
they
want to
been
put
together?
you in our concert because every time you feel that somebody pointing
Thank
to you,
you.
interferes with your
Thank you. You have
your
terrible judgment.
career, you're gonna put your love
Little
before the
idiot
career.
girl.
And I don't
No,
got time for that 'cause that
seriously.
means that you're fucking with my career.
Thank you.
At that point, no, it's not stupid. That's not
You know why
stupid.
that's stupid?
That's business. That
Because,
is business.
No, because
No.
it wasn't just Mariah the Scientist. The whole world has been following fucking Young
Okay.
Thugs.
Do you think Live Nation cares about
No,
that?
no, but let me say this.
Everybody's been following
Alan, let me
fucking
say this.
Young Thug's
For me,
trial
having
for
a nightclub-
how long? You think it's just Mariah the Scientist? It was big fucking news that he was able to
I
get
get
out.
that. It's good news.
Period.
It's good
Not
news.
just from Mariah the Scientist. It
But
was big
I
news
agree.
for everybody.
Amanda,
It was-
y'all are talking about two different things.
Right, let me tell you-
You're talking about optics and X, Y, and Z. He's talking about business.
Right, I'm
Do
talking
you think
about
that
me
Live
having
Nation
my
gives a fuck?
Right. You think me having my club, if one of my waitresses comes to me and says, hey, I didn't show up for work today and I know you needed me because my man got out of jail and this and I said, that's a good job. So support him with another fucking place that's going to hire you for that bullshit because you're fucking fired. Because nobody gives a fuck
Thank
about
you.
your man creating a crime and you
Thank
taking
you.
time off to be
Thank
with that
you.
motherfucker. So fuck you and him. Ha ha. Broke motherfuckers in a shelter. That's why. And I'm going to be good.
Y'all would never
That's what
be
I'm
in the
talking about.
business again.
How about that?
Y'all
I'm
need-
not gonna lie.
Y'all
Like,
need to
I'm
understand.
with
Y'all
Dave.
need to understand the powers that be.
I'm with Dave.
I
when
am
you
the
understand-
power that be.
No, you're not. That's
I
the
am
thing.
that. I
No,
am
no,
the power
no.
that be. Yes,
so
I am.
The
Absolutely.
problem,
I'm with
is, the
Dave.
problem
I
is
absolutely
when
am.
you're talking about politics, a lot of these people that are at the top of the top have way more power than just your show.
The people at the
You'd be
top of the top,
surprised.
they want money. It's not, they're not worried about anything
It's
else
all-
but money.
I know I got the
It's
power. I
also
don't know what you're talking
relationships
about.
first.
No, it's
Yes.
oh my God. I want somebody to disagree
Taking the
with
gloves
me.
off.
I want someone to disagree with me that any top person in any industry is worried about in America.
They call these lanes.
In America
Yeah.
is worried about something other than money. Please tell me the person's name, the company that they oversee, and what the fuck they do.
No, they're concerned about the
no,
integrity.
no, no,
The
no.
integrity of
No,
the
no,
company.
no. They are worried about money. Integrity
Oh.
don't mean shit. And I'm gonna tell you why.
The money might be integrity for them here.
That's not integrity.
No, it's really,
money.
It's also about whose toes you're stepping on.
No.
Okay, all right.
I need somebody to answer my fucking question.
What's the question, Erin?
The question is, name me a head of a company, whether you are on the board, whether you are a C-suite.
You don't supersede the money.
Thank you.
You do not
That's
supersede
all
the
I'm
money.
saying.
You don't supersede the money.
In the United States,
And you know that that's a
there
businessman,
is
Alan.
nothing there's nothing
I
that
agree with
supersedes
Aaron,
the
but I
money.
don't want to. I agree
Alan,
with Aaron.
ain't no fucking buzz.
I didn't even say. Let
Ain't
me
no
say.
buzz.
Let me just say
Ain't
it.
no buzz.
I don't think-
because everybody gets to talk.
Not Alan.
No, it doesn't matter. Everybody
Clearly
talks
not
the fuck
Alan.
over
Not
me.
every, not
So
everybody gets to talk.
no.
Aaron's the only one talking.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Right now.
When everybody wants to talk, I don't say shit. I let y'all run y'all fucking mouths. So what I'm saying,
Right now.
no, it doesn't matter.
Alan
No.
wanted to say something.
It doesn't matter.
this
So
is-
what I'm-
wanted to say
This is
something.
great content.
Alan
Click on the
wants
link
to say
below.
something. No,
Click
but-
on the link
I bet
below.
you won't let him finish.
Subscribe.
No.
Subscribe.
I
won't
bet
let
I
him
won't.
finish.
I bet I won't.
I bet you won't
I
let
bet
him
I won't.
finish.
Alan,
That's
I bet
my
I
point.
won't.
That's my point.
I bet I won't.
That's my
Hear
guys see this.
Meet at the table.
Everybody's got something to say.
I
right?
agree with Erin,
Fuck
but
outta here.
instead of using,
and I wish I was wasted so that I can just say what.
You can be.
No, I don't. Put that shit in here. Because y'all are wasted on that end.
We're not wasted at all. That's the crazy thing.
I just want to add to what
I
I just want to add to what Erin was saying. I think it is all about money, but also one of the things it's all about profits. And I think that Mariah, the scientist, is profitable. And I agree with
she
her
fucked up the
getting
profit.
If she wasn't profitable and she got off the tour, nobody would
back
care.
on the tour though.
Do you think she's
First
not
of all-
profitable
She was needed.
with
Hold
or
on.
without Young Thug?
needed.
What do you think she's more profitable? Let me give you guys backstory. They dated after they did a collab,
He's
which is one of her biggest,
Songs.
Yeah, exactly. Then they've been together for what, 3 years, 4 years now?
I don't know.
Which is what, half of that time was when he was locked up, but the other half was before he was locked up. So not only did he contribute to her success, which made her profitable, which also he is, when you actually know the music industry, you know who plays what and who shakes hands with who, right?
What's the bottom line, Rico?
The bottom line is that she is more profitable going home to her man than going on Lotto's tour.
No, what's
To
the bottom
him.
line?
All right,
To
on that
Thug.
note,
No.
all right,
To
on that
Thug.
note, guys, this is Friendsgiving.
No.
Okay.
Okay, we closing?
This is not.
Oh no, we can close. I'm just saying, like y'all are being like very like naive about this. It's all about money.
You're saying y'all, that means everybody. Just say Rico
It is about money.
and Amanda.
And I'm trying to tell
Okay?
you that the money is with Young Thug over Lotto.
How much money has he made
I
the
know
last
this
2
episode,
years?
Huh?
How much money has he made the last 2 years?
I'm
I'm just asking.
You're
Right,
like-
I couldn't even tell you.
but just
I could
listen,
not
we're-
tell you.
We're literally Rico.
What's the
You're no.
question?
Just listen. Rico is saying that it's about money. So my response to that is how much money has Young Thug made over the last 2 years?
We have no answer.
Zero.
Well,
Is it possible that he
no,
needs
that's not
$0?
true. That's not true. We don't know. We don't know his what he
Still
gets.
making money.
What he gets. What he call.
Jesus
Yes, we don't know what
Christ.
he gets for
Yeah,
that.
first and foremost.
We also don't know his
First-wise, he got
investments.
millions of dollars.
We also don't know
he's-
anything that
even
he,
by him being locked
got
up, he's getting.
millions of dollars from his
Listen,
friends.
What
We-
do you
we-
call that? I forget. It's like
we don't.
All his
Huh?
friends gave him
Royalties.
millions of dollars.
He's getting royalties. He's getting some type of royalties with him being locked up for sure. Every time, listen, he's getting royalties while he's locked up because no matter how long he's locked up, they still playing his music. His shit might be in a movie, so he's still gonna make some income.
Some.
It's streaming, whatever it is. So
We also have
he
no
made
I-
money somehow.
But let's
how
say-
much? I don't know.
I agree with Anna on this. I agree with our guest.
What?
Anna.
And
ain't said shit.
She hasn't said nothing for like 20 minutes.
That's what he
Anna
agrees with.
said.
He's like,
Anna said.
And ain't say shit.
What did you say?
I said I thought this was about love, whether we're choosing love over success and not who's the better or biggest paid artist.
I believe,
Listen, after tonight,
Wait,
Amanda-
I have a question.
Anna's
How
going
about
back to
we do
Sweden
this?
after
Let's just
tonight,
go
okay?
through and
Just
everyone gives
You're
their
going back to
opinion.
Sweden after
Okay.
tonight. You're
Nice.
like, fuck
Give me
I
that.
think okay, so
I'm outta
start
here.
there. Everyone
So
gives
we'll
their
wrap
opinion.
up.
We're gonna wrap up.
Listen, she's going back to
Okay,
Sweden
no,
after
which,
tonight.
what's the question?
On so the problem statement was whether she should have
stayed or gone.
given up her. And see, the thing is that
2 shows. Let's just say 2.
No, but we don't have the. It's the thing. We don't have the number
do
of
you
days
choose
and numbers.
love over success?
But it's shows. Whatever.
Well, love over success. Should she have stayed on her
But
career?
I don't think that's
or go
I don't
to
think
her
that's an appropriate
relationship?
question.
That's
Alan,
a-
that's not an appropriate
it's a little
question.
broad.
Especially because he contributed
short
to majority
term.
of
To
her.
Rome, we haven't heard Rome. Will you choose love over success, Rome?
I've been trying to give
Yeah.
you my opinion.
And I'm looking forward
You
to it.
have, and
Look,
I've been
I'm looking forward to
trying
it.
to tell you.
Listen, the
He's
floor
been
is
sitting
yours.
over here, not saying nothing.
We're trying to wrap.
I'm
up.
The
trying to
floor
help
is
y'all
yours.
Wrap it.
The floor is
wrap
yours.
it.
And we're going to wrap it up after you.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. I feel that I agree with the optics where if Lotto had said something to her and said, don't leave the tour, it may have made Lotto look a certain way. Correct? I also agree with you are working. You signed a contract to work. So you can go get dick any other time.
Think it's about fucking dick.
Let him cook.
That's
Let
what
him
Alan
cook.
said.
Go
That's
ahead,
what
cook.
Alan said.
Rome, go ahead, cook. You haven't spoke. Go ahead, cook.
And
They
That's
could both,
absolutely
they could both
what
be wrong at the same time.
Let's let Rome cook.
Alan, you
Let him-
literally said
let
that.
him cook. He hasn't spoken.
and then
God said he
and,
had no
In the words
I
of
said he had no
Glorilla, let him
pussy.
cook.
Let him cook. Go ahead, say what you were saying.
and then after
Go ahead.
after that, would I choose success over love? Yes. That's my personal opinion. And
Nothing wrong
I
with that.
believe that we really enjoyed all of our subscribers and friends and new family this holiday. please remember to drink responsibly, to like, subscribe, and remember to be grateful. This has been FriendsGiving. Thank you for tuning in at 8 at the table.
Right.
Good night.
Amazing! Amazing! I've been telling you all, literally.
And this is why sometimes you shut the fuck
Y'all-
up so you can observe.
Y'all have been
and make that dick.
screaming.